Oh.
Yeah.
Welcome to In the Closet.
Oh, we're on.
We haven't gone
Wait a
live since October. Seth is researching.
Oh, we're not live.
Some
so to speak.
chick.
No, wait a minute. My roommate came out of the closet a long time ago.
What?
I thought we were in the closet.
Oh, yes. We've explained this many times. We haven't explained it to you.
Very familiar.
If you would have seen, well, you can't see our closet because it's messy. Well, you could if you wanted to. It's
We
just Seth,
started
it's
this
fine.
in
It's a
2018.
dungeon in the closet.
Right.
There is. It's the what is it? The red room of
Pain.
pain and pleasure.
No,
Pleasure and
I wish
pain.
it was, but it's not.
Hey, listen, one
Sorry.
time I forgot my safe word. It was bad.
Did you really?
Yeah.
That's what drinking will do to you.
Yeah. It was
If you're going to have a safe word, you really got to be careful with the alcohol.
I wonder if Louisa May Alcott had a safe word.
I don't know.
Gosh, that's a hard one.
Let's see here. She was born in November 29th, 1832.
And she's the one that the beer quoted.
Oh, that's right. So we have this beer here. I don't know if they're going to pay us for this.
Probably should. We'll contact them afterward. Local is in with minutes, but it's local.
It's a West Virginia beer.
Yes, it's a West Virginia beer.
It's dripping down your hand.
This motherfucker. He said West Virginia beer. This shit's from Winston-Salem, North Carolina.
Same thing.
Okay.
It is not the same thing.
Well, I thought that Michael Scholl's is the. He brings beer over here, and that one is one I figured was a.
No, you can't.
He's
you
a very
can't assume.
locally focused gentleman.
You cannot. There you go again, assuming things.
I know. I love to assume things.
Something in my throat.
How's that taste?
Gross.
You need a
Wait,
replacement.
another one?
Wait, no, I was saying gross to her. So
Oh,
she had something
sorry.
in her throat, and then you asked the question at the same time.
Oh, the beer, is it drinkable?
Oh, it's delicious, actually. You know, it doesn't make me feel conceited. So the name of this beer is called Conceited Genius 2.0. I'm gonna give you this quote by our girl, LMA, Louisa May Alcott. You have a good many little gifts and virtues, but there is no need of parading them, for conceit spoils the finest genius.
That is a good quote. I hate.
She's a smart lady for a time.
Well,
What
are you
is
trying
it?
to say people weren't smart in 18?
Well, I don't think ladies were allowed. Were they allowed to learn
Oh,
back
that's
then?
a valid point. I don't even,
Were they allowed to learn?
think you were
Allowed to
learning,
learn.
yes. You
She
were learning that.
obviously
Yeah, 18,
heard
30s,
that from
you
a
were-
man in her life, and she.
Oh, wow. I don't think anybody can
know if that's
allow
true.
you to learn. You
I
can
am
learn if you
kidding.
want to learn.
I'm saying women were oppressed way back then. Like, I don't know if they went to school very long, or were allowed to, because it was like, hey.
Some things school doesn't teach you, sir.
Right.
Deep thoughts like that, you're not going to learn from school. You learn that from within,
Dang. That's terrible.
right?
She died at, she only lived to be like 55.
That's a long life back then.
Guess where she's buried?
Winston-Salem, North Carolina.
No.
Where?
Sleepy Hollow Cemetery.
Ooh.
Concord, Massachusetts.
Concord, Massachusetts.
She might not still be there.
You never know.
Jeff doesn't.
They drowned witches there back in the day.
They drowned in them?
They never burn them. People think they did, but they didn't.
Really?
Yeah.
And just put them in the water.
Yeah.
How do
That's
you know
weird.
this?
I don't know if that's true. either.
Google it.
Oh, you believe everything you read on
Check your
Google.
Twitter.
Okay.
Telling you.
You know what?
They
I'm not-
didn't burn them. It's good. It's a good story. It's more painful. I think. I don't know if I'd want to be drowned or burned alive. I think I'd want to drowned, right?
So they didn't burn him at the stake?
Really?
Nah,
Time
that's
out.
all hogwash.
I need a full time out.
You need a what?
What would be your ideal way to die then?
My ideal way to die would be not to die. Oh, well, obviously, here's my ideal way to die. I don't wake up,
Just
right?
go to sleep and die.
You just go to sleep, and you don't wake up.
So you're telling me you want to freeze to death? That's pretty much how that goes. Just go to sleep.
Freeze to death.
Yeah. When you freeze to death, you just kind of go to sleep.
Yeah, but that sounds awful.
Well, of course it's awful. You're dead.
Yeah, but I don't want to feel anything. I just want to get in my cozy
I don't think
bed.
you feel it.
Oh, my
It's
gosh.
72
Just gotta go to
degrees,
sleep.
and then I'm cold when Angie wakes up and she tries to wake me
No,
up.
okay. Can we just, no.
I don't know. I've never frozen to death. I don't know how it feels.
No.
Yeah, I don't either.
No.
No, I feel like I wouldn't be able to tell you if I did.
No,
Probably
it would
not.
be hard to tell us.
But maybe if you are the one that did it, I would haunt you.
Well, Jeff doesn't believe in that. that you can
But
be
I
haunted.
would. I would.
I'm
Totally,
starting to
you
come
don't have
around.
to- you don't have to
You are
believe in
not.
it, but I
Sure.
would totally haunt you.
Would you?
Oh yeah, it would be terrible.
What do you mean you're coming around?
I don't know.
Jeff did not Seth, you don't know this, but Jeff, he does not believe in stuff like that at all.
He's in the ghost closet.
Yes, he's in the
I,
ghost
st- I
closet.
struggle with it.
Yes.
Who's convinced you otherwise? What's her name?
Oh gosh, she's this
Louisa May
ghost that
Alcott.
comes to me at night. No, nobody. Just
No, I don't. I'm asking.
At some point you go, what? This would be more fun and entertaining for me to believe in it,
Oh my god.
right? You know what I mean? Like it would add something to my life. Plus all the New Orleans stuff. Like, there's a lot of haunted stuff down there. I want to go there and I want to enjoy everything. So that'd be the haunted. What about the
What do they do
asylum?
like that, do that? What do they do? The Day of the Dead down there?
Yes.
I think so. Yeah.
Mardi Gras.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
we've got a guest on the podcast today.
Oh yeah, I guess we should have introduced
yeah,
him.
That's right.
His name is Seth.
Hey guys.
I know him as Seth.
I can't remember how to pronounce your last name.
Kurlock.
Kurlock.
I know him as
It's
Seth Alexander. That's what I thought
Yeah,
your
Seth
name was.
Alexander is my name.
Kurlock.
Nope, I should
Is
have said
that-
Now they're going to all find me.
I know.
That's Croatian, right?
Ukrainian.
Am I right?
Ukrainian.
Ukrainian.
Yes,
Croatia is
Ukrainian.
very
My
pretty.
grandfather-
You acted like you knew and you didn't.
My
He just told you that.
grandfather-
I'm very good with
Kids are-
last names.
Oh my goodness.
Can I
And-
talk, or are you guys going to talk the whole time?
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
It is our podcast.
No, but you are our guest. You go ahead with it.
Oh, I'm having a drink of beer. This is pretty good though. This it's got some cool graphics on it. It's got like a mad scientist.
It does have good
he's got
graphics.
hops in his head. Look, it's a mad scientist with hops for brains.
I didn't notice that.
It's got hops for
Oh, I
brains.
see
that's
that
clever,
now.
isn't
Yeah,
it?
very clever, and it's wrapped around. It's like they
Yeah.
haven't gone totally
Yeah.
commercial yet, so they just can it themselves and they wrap their art around it.
I like it.
Well, he doesn't have any lower teeth. I feel bad for this guy. His gum is teeth. He's got huge upper teeth.
Oh wow, he does.
Is this what you were going to say when you told us?
No, you were saying something about your
I think-
grandfather.
Yes, that's right. He does not look like my grandfather.
Thank goodness.
Oh, excuse me. Yeah, my grandfather came over on a boat from
Oh, wow.
Ukraine with like his parents, and like they died. He was an orphan when he got here.
Wow.
Went to Pennsylvania, ended up in like the school system, and worked for Charleston Catholic, like in the boiler room for years.
Really
Yeah, like this hermit in the boiler room. You used to go visit him,
interesting.
and it would be like way down in the bottom of Charleston
Seriously?
Catholic. Yeah.
What do they do in the boiler room?
Nothing now.
Well, I mean, back in
I would say that my grandfather, if I knew him as well as I knew him, he probably chain smoked cigarettes and drank V8 juice and sat in a chair. Yep.
Sounds like a good life.
Yeah, it's pretty good, you know.
I don't know about the V8 juice.
yeah, you lost me at the V8 juice.
Well, he used to pound V8 juice, and he lived to be 91. So
Well,
I don't know what to tell you.
Maybe we should go
I
get
think I'm
some.
going to start drinking V8 juice.
Well, I'm right now. I'm not drinking V8
My
juice.
mother drank V8 juice every day.
Really? Yeah, he
Yes.
was
I don't know if
the
she
same
still does, but I remember as a kid that always being in the fridge and she's always drinking it.
Ew, so
And then I
nasty.
tried it one day and I was like,
You basically drink it when you drink a Bloody Mary.
it's tomato soup. Yeah, I do. I love a spicy Bloody Mary. I can drink the V8 juice. I think I'm going to get a case of it tomorrow.
Ew, he
Really?
probably will.
If I'm going to
It's
live, I don't
probably
live
good
to
for you. I mean,
90.
it's good for you. If
don't
you
get
want to live
many-
to be 90,
I don't get
think
many
that would-
vegetables.
That would be helpful.
It's not going to hurt.
I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure it's going.
It's
I
definitely
don't
not
get
going
a
to hurt.
lot of I don't get a lot of veggies. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not a big veggie guy.
I'm not either. I'm not a veggie girl.
Really?
No.
I like a good veggie.
I like veggies. I just don't think about them.
My
No
girlfriend
veggie.
had an affinity for zucchini. I don't know why.
Zucchini's good,
Yeah.
Eh,
especially when it's deep fried with
They never-
crust around it.
She never ate them though. It was really weird.
that is
Oh, I hear you
that's
now.
weird,
Yeah.
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 little eggplant.
And then as soon as they went bad, then she just throw them out. It's
Oh.
weird, you know.
Yeah.
They probably went bad faster. I would
Yeah.
think.
Well, they were pickled, I think.
Oh. Good for her.
Yeah. Well, I guess I wasn't getting the job done.
Well,
Hey.
at least she's an
Story
ex
of our
now,
life.
so.
Zucchini me softly.
Zucchini
turn on.
softly.
No, seriously, Louisa May Alcott. Let's get back to that. She is the one that wrote Little Women.
Oh, really? The one who put the quote on that beer.
Yeah, 1868, Little Women.
She
In
could
the
write?
set of the Alcott. Yeah, she could write too. It's pretty spectacular for her time. Her family suffered financial difficulties. From an early age.
Oh, I'm sorry, y'all.
This happens every podcast multiple times.
Oh, yes.
I have to set a lot of alarms. I have a lot of things to remember.
She has an alarm set for when she has to go poop. That's what that one is.
I'm going to change the
Literally
podcast
says,
name
"I have
to
go use the
Alarm.
restroom."
It's been about 45 minutes since I ate, so it would be appropriate.
Oh, I see what we're saying.
No. I have a lot to remember, so I apologize.
No, it's okay.
You know?
Oh, she was an abolitionist and a feminist. It's pretty good.
I like her already.
Yeah, remained unmarried throughout her life.
Oh, wow.
Well, that's why she had time to, write
Yeah.
books
Right.
and quotes
Exactly.
that ended up on a beer can
Probably far less stressed.
hundreds of years later.
If she would have only known her quote was going to end up on a beer can from Winston-Salem, North Carolina.
That's a valid
Right.
point.
Or
That's a valid point.
Jeff also calls West Virginia
Yeah,
because they're
well.
the same, he says.
That's all Appalachia.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't
Little
know. Is
Women
Winston-
was about her growing up in Concord, Massachusetts.
Massachusetts.
You ever been to Massachusetts?
No, I have not.
I have
I have to.
been to Massachusetts,
I
Went to
haven't.
Worcester,
Boston.
which I've been to Boston too. I stayed in Worcester for like a month doing Army medical training.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Totally.
Did you get off the base?
Yeah. We should take the T
Fun
down.
stuff.
We'd take the T down into Boston, right? Because, the train or whatever.
Right.
So we would just go like to the nearest train and just pop it right into Boston. Of course, you had to be out of town like a certain time the train stops.
Huh.
We ended up being there when Dave Matthews was playing at Fenway Park.
Really?
Yeah, and so like the whole town was packed, and like you could hear the concert just being outside. So we just hung
Wow.
out outside.
Dave Matthews is the
Everybody singing.
best.
Oh yeah, everybody was rocking out.
That's awesome.
But this wasn't even baseball season, right? But it was in Fenway Park.
Mm-hmm.
We get back on the tee. It's like 11:30, end of the night. It's me and my buddy, and it's packed, right? This is the tee out of town, out of Boston. It's just packed, shoulder to shoulder. And I think somebody in there had like Yankees shirt on or a hat.
Ugh.
Yeah.
That didn't work out
no,
well.
the whole train car was chanting, "Fuck the Yankees.
Oh, no.
Fuck the Yankees."
We're talking about the rivalry.
Oh, yeah.
What
Yeah.
did the guy do?
No,
Nothing.
he just stood there. I mean, what are you going to do?
You can be in
Bunch of
fun,
20-year-old
but
bunch of 20-year-old kids just screaming
Yeah.
and yelling. Yeah.
all be in good fun. But in Boston, I don't think it is.
Mm-mm. I think it's probably not safe to wear a Yankees hat there.
No, probably
I've
not.
never been there. Weston.
I didn't get to enjoy it when I was there, but I've been there. I can say
Well, you can at
Stayed
least
there.
say you've been
I
there.
stayed there.
I haven't been up that way. New York is as far as I've been
Really?
northeast. Yeah.
That's true.
I would love to go to Maine. I would really love to.
Yes.
Been to Maine.
In the summer, even though it's still probably kind of cooler.
It would be fun. Yes,
Yeah, because
They-
I wouldn't want to go in the winter. I don't like to be cold. I'm grumpy when I'm cold.
she is.
They have lobster fishing up there.
See, I don't like lobster.
What?
I don't like seafood.
Oh my gosh!
I love lobster.
I thought we talked
I
about
love
this.
lobster. I love
Where was
shrimps.
it? Let's see. I drove up because I was in New Hampshire for meetings, and I had forever to get to the day. It ended early, and I had hours and hours before I had to be at the airport. So I drove up because I wanted to say I'd been in Maine. I think I drove up just to get off an exit and come back across, but I stopped in Cape Town and had the best lobster roll I've ever had in my life.
Really?
Oh my gosh, it was incredible. It was a neat little town too.
It's on my bucket list of lobster fish.
What do? Just throw a basket in and pull them out?
Well, you could do it that way, or you can like get on one of those boats and they drop a string of baskets.
Right.
That'd be fun.
That
I'd
would
like
be
to do that for
fun.
a season. I'd do that for a season, totally.
You should.
I don't have anything holding me back.
I can see
Yeah.
you doing. What's on your bucket list? Do you have a bucket list? Do you? Do you want to share some of the things? 'Cause I don't.
Bucket list.
I have one.
Bucket list.
I have one thing on my bucket list. I think.
One
I think
thing?
that's it. Yeah.
That's a good one. You go first.
The only thing I can think of, maybe I've added a couple other things. You have to remind me. Haven't written them down, but I want to be in a haunted house, like a character in a haunted house.
She wants to scare people. She wants to be the person.
You want to dress up and. What would you be?
I don't care whatever they want me to be.
What would you be?
Something really. I don't know. I haven't thought that far into it. Something super creepy, and kind of elusive, kind of like. Not like I'm going to come up in your face and scream, but like I'm going to creep you out by doing something. Like I'm going to follow you around and maybe breathe in your ear or something. Something
yes.
creepy like that. Not the obvious like,
Practice
Nah.
later.
Yeah, you can totally do that later.
But something just like, oh my gosh, she's creeping me out, like that kind of thing.
So would you be like an all black? Would you be dead?
Yeah, maybe.
Would
I
you
have
be
to
like slashed up?
You should be a nun.
Yeah. Oh no,
Or
I
like
can't do that.
The slashed up ex-wife
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's deep.
killed by the lover, the mistress.
Ooh.
Oh, I like that. That's
Yeah.
good.
I like that story.
Yeah.
It's a good story.
That is a good story.
Yeah, you'd be all like slashed up.
Yeah.
Your tongue got cut out.
Oh no, I want to be able
So
to
all
talk.
you go is.
Oh.
I like it.
That is the
Go with
only
that.
thing I can think of.
That's your bucket list.
I might have put a couple other things on there, but I'm pretty sure that is it right now.
That's
I'm not
pretty amazing.
I'm not very adventurous.
I think on my bucket list right now, actually, this is a true one. I think I want to go like get bareback, butt naked, in a hot spring.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I would prefer there to be, a little lady with me, but
That would be ideal.
I'm okay with by myself or with
Yeah.
strangers. I don't care.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't have to get
That-
down all the
that
way
wouldn't
to
be
the
bad.
Free,
Yeah.
just the
I don't
freedom.
have to free the meat and two veg.
That's right.
I can keep it hemmed up if there's uncomfortable people there. There's nothing to see here.
Go to Hot Springs, Arkansas. Hot Springs, Arkansas has a whole district of hot springs.
Really?
Yes.
I mean, can you just walk up to them or you got to pay for it?
It's like spas. But they're hot springs.
But you have to pay for
How
it.
does he know all this stuff?
Well,
We
you have to
went
pay for
there.
it, right?
Remember?
We went to Arkansas, but we didn't go to
And
hot
I heard
springs.
all about. That's where the wedding was.
Okay,
in
but
Hot
we didn't
Springs.
go to any hot springs.
No, we didn't go to any, but that's what the town was. I mean, it's all these hot springs.
I didn't
No, like
know
I
that.
want to go. Like, I wanted to hike and adventure and find one.
Then you got to wonder what you're getting
Secluded.
in.
I don't care what I'm getting in. as long as
I feel like he probably doesn't.
No, I don't care. I like to get in like cold streams and
Ooh, no.
trout streams, and
Yeah, I don't mind that in the heat of the summer.
yeah, I do that
Yeah.
all the time. Just lay down in there.
I'm not getting cold water.
Really?
Mm-mm. Have you done an ice bath?
Mm-hmm.
Oh gosh,
Oh, yeah.
no.
Yeah, it's not like they show on TV. These people are like, "Oh, I want to fill my bathtub up with ice," and it's like, "Oh, it's super cool." People got YouTube videos, and it's like, "Oh, yeah." I tried that once. I had to buy so much damn ice. I think I went back to the Go Mart twice.
Why?
I did not.
Well, what
realize
you
how
see-
much ice-
possession-
well, once you get in there, like
It's got incredible benefits.
Well, I've heard about that, but I can't do it.
No, it's and what I see because I've made the mistake of watching a few like on Instagram. So now they pop up on my feed all the time. But most of the time, especially this time of year, they have them out back, and they're those silver tubs like that horses eat out of. But they buy them like at the greens, and it's like a tub, and they fill it up, and they have to go out in the mornings with the kettlebell or something and break the ice because it's so cold it's frozen, and they break it up and they get in there with these big huge cubes. You don't have to do it for long, right? I mean, you do it for a couple
10,
minutes.
15,
Oh, I can't.
10,
nuh-uh.
15 minutes ice bath.
No, sir.
Sports guys. do it
Nope.
all the time.
Nope.
When I was
Yeah,
coaching
it's
at
for
State,
recovery.
when I was coaching at State, they would get down in there. And they'd sit there for some of them guys would sit there for 30 minutes.
That's insane. I can't do that.
And some shrinkage.
Take your breath away.
No.
Take my breath away.
That's so good, Seth. Did you bring your harmonica?
Oh man, I did bring my harmonica. Actually, it's weird.
Always has the
I do have
harmonica.
the harmonica.
No, I did not know this until
Anyway, guys,
I didn't know that till last night. He just
So funny.
we're at Adelphia hanging out, and I don't even know what spawned you to do that. And
I don't know. Was there a song or
oh,
something?
you were singing the Angie song, I think, and he all of a sudden he's playing a harmonica. It was hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh
Whip
my
that
gosh.
out.
That's what other instruments do you play?
No,
Did you look up the hot springs?
no. I'm still on our girl.
He's really into this chick.
Well,
He's
you
doing
know,
a full book
I'm totally into
report.
This. She was in the period of the American Civil War. Guys. This is
Oh,
pretty
he's
amazing.
okay. So Seth's a
So-
history guy.
So hold on now. She died 2 days after her father died of a stroke.
She died of a stroke.
Mm-hmm. 55 years old. Not
I
very.
bet they had the same eating habits.
Yeah, pretty plain looking lady here.
I think that just
Pretty plain. Definitely looks like an immigrant of some sort.
she looks like she'd make a nice ghost.
Let me see her.
Oh, totally.
Let me see.
You know what I mean?
It has the dark eyes, like the dark Italian looking,
Oh,
right? You see that?
yes.
Mm-hmm. Creepy.
See, she is a little creepy. That's what I'm talking about. Like, not that. That's what I would want to play. Something that just creeps you out.
Yeah, now her older picture is even more creepy. Look at this. Mm-hmm.
That's a woman who never got any, right?
Oh, yeah,
She
that's
never
the
got
woman that
married. She never
never
got.
got
She
married.
was.
Yeah, she's
Well, maybe
mad.
she did. How do you know that?
She's mad. She
Let me
probably
see.
had a lover. She probably had.
She
herself
might have
a
had-
little-
yeah,
She
you
might
don't
have
know
even
that.
had a lady lover.
You don't even know.
Scissor
Ooh.
sisters.
Yes.
She was definitely prettier when she was 20. That's woo, woo. Anyway,
And they didn't have like really good makeup back then either.
how do you know?
I
I
know
think you
this.
use like Whale's vagina, right, or Whale's blood. don't
I
know.
heard that's
Whale
really good for
bladder.
your skin.
A
Whale's
Whale's
vagina. San Diego.
You're right. Man,
Oh my goodness!
1888 is when she kicked the bucket.
Dude.
We were a teenager.
Yeah, we were.
Wow.
Southern sympathizers moved into the South, took all the money, ran. Coal and
Really?
trains and everything, yeah. Most of it's owned by out-of-state people. Still, Virginia. No.
I don't know about any of this stuff. I did not pay attention in history class.
Really?
No.
Oh, yeah, West Virginia is like one of the most prostituted states, I would say.
Yeah.
Wow.
At one point, our number one employer was like Walmart, I think.
Great.
Wally World.
Yeah. Yeah, well, you got to think, if you're open, when they were open 24 hours is when they
We're killing it.
Yeah, they were when they had the most employees.
States probably took back over.
Yeah. A decline in economics in West Virginia. Yeah, this is so much fun to talk about, isn't it? Louisa May Alcott.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I learned something today. If I didn't do anything, I've learned who she is and what she did. She wrote Little Women, and
Yeah.
her quotes are now on the Wise Man.
She's an
Brewing
abolitionist and
Company
a
beers.
feminist, right? She was before her time.
Jeff loves the feminist.
Man, she looks like she could have been a boxer.
I do. I
She's
love
tough.
feminists.
She's tough.
There's so many definitions for feminist, though, because I might actually like some feminist. It just depends on the definition.
Ow. What? I thought there was just one definition of a feminist.
There's not no. You can identify as 100 different types of
Oh
feminists.
boy, this is getting out of control.
Mm.
What do you think about identifying, Seth?
Identifying is a trigger word for some people, right? Like I identify as an outdoorsman.
Mm-hmm.
Be careful with that.
I have a hard time as a educator. I have a difficult time as an educator accepting things that aren't science.
That are silly.
Yeah, so like, I'm okay. I guess I shouldn't say I'm okay. It doesn't really matter how I feel.
It does to me.
Well, it does because I asked.
If you have a wiener, I'm probably going to call you a man or a male species.
True.
I'm not going to go to my dog and tell my dog that my dog is now a girl dog.
But what if you don't know for sure?
Well, if you're hermaphrodite, it's different. But
No, I
like
mean, what if you had the changeover?
like surgery?
Yeah. Like, what if you don't know if they still have
Well,
it?
I could turn my dog's penis into a vagina and tell him he's a girl, but he's not.
I'm not talking about a dog. I'm talking about a
Biologically, no,
human.
he's not. Even if you chop it
Yeah,
off.
but we're the same thing. I mean, dogs aren't any different than we are. We're all creation and species. We're all some sort of species, and if we stop procreating, then we'll cease to exist. So if we all start identifying as dudes, and now we all butt sex each other. we
That
stop
sounds
procreating,
awful.
And we stop procreating because we identify as dudes.
Right.
Be weird.
That would be weird.
So
I'm
just,
still
like,
hooked up on where you
scientifically
said we're the
speaking-
same as dogs because I don't agree with you on that. But
Well, I think we're all.
He's just using an example.
Yeah, I think we're all some sort of creation, right? Like
well, yeah, that's true.
we all procreate like
True.
dogs. We
True.
all have hearts and lungs and blood.
True.
We think.
True.
I don't know.
We do
Do you
think.
think dogs are conscious of their environment?
Yeah.
In a way, sure.
Conscious awareness,
Yeah, I mean, but not like
In a way, but they don't have the
that.
same.
preservation of life that we have.
No, they don't know. They go off instinct, right?
Oh, I don't know. I'm
They
not.
go off. They go off instinct and.
Because don't they forget things?
Didn't
like
we go off instinct for like a long
Yeah,
time?
yeah. And then we got really smart.
And then we
right?
got super smart.
Our heads got bigger. Our bodies got littler. It's true.
It's like a
Look
cartoon.
back.
It's like a
There's
cartoon. Yeah.
you go back enough thousands and thousands of years.
Well,
Men smaller skulls, right? I mean,
I just think it's complicated and not necessary to say it. Today I'm identifying as a cat, or today
Yeah,
I'm
I don't think you can do that. I don't think you
as
can.
if you're a male, you're going to be
You
a
know,
male, and that's okay with me. And like it shouldn't be a problem for you.
You
That's
can't-
my issue. It should not be a problem for you to say I'm a male, but I like dudes, or I want to be this way, or I want to have a sex change.
Right.
But for you to just lie to me and say I don't have these parts
because you don't feel like one, or
right.
if you do,
well,
there's people that do have the
science.
parts.
I'm just going off the science of it.
Yeah, I'm going off
know what I
science
mean?
too. I'm
Yeah.
feel the same way.
If you want to be emotional and not emotional, I shouldn't say, but if you want to identify her, and
There are dudes
you know,
that still have their wang, their dong.
mm-hmm.
They still have it, and they identify as a chick, right?
yes,
Yes.
that's an issue.
But it is an issue. I see what you're saying.
Because
but
they don't feel like.
But I'm okay with that. What I'm not okay with, you can't cross species or cross ethnicities or cross. I can't identify as Asian. I can, no matter what I do to my body, no matter what, sir, I will never be Asian. But
you're okay with like changing your sexual
if you
body
because
parts?
that can actually be done though. You can't actually change into an Asian or change
you can't
into.
actually change into a woman.
You can.
No, you cannot get ovaries and a womb and have a baby.
Well, I mean, if
It's
you get literal, I guess if you get
can't.
literal,
Well,
you can
that's-
turn your penis inside out and create some sort of clitoris.
well,
but
but
it still wouldn't have all of the
You're just
nerve
not,
endings.
yeah. You're not a woman, or you're not a man.
And you know what?
Women can't grow wieners.
The thing that
It's
irritates
impossible.
me.
no, but can't you get a whole sex change like genitalia and everything? I'm not smart.
Yeah,
I don't know
but
anything
of
about
course,
this.
I could cut my ears off and say that, or spike my ears and say I'm an elf. I'm not a fucking elf, right? I'm not going to go do crazy karate moves and live 1,000 years, because my ears are spiked.
Elves aren't real.
Well, I'm not
Did
going
I
to do that
just
now.
spoil something for you there?
Wait a minute, elves aren't real?
No,
Damn it,
I'm sorry. Hate to tell you that.
Jeff. You never told me elves weren't real.
Elves aren't real.
Damn it.
Oh my gosh, I'm spoiling the fun for everybody.
Yeah, well.
Hey,
No, but I mean, you
Listen,
just can't
I thought
cross.
elves existed like thousands and millions of years ago.
Maybe they did. I don't know because you're the history
Yeah, I
buff,
don't
not
know.
me.
I mean, I've just been watching a lot of Lord of the Rings. I figured that was a long time ago.
Well, again,
it was like
Do you think Lord of the
2000,
Rings
right?
is? Do you think Lord of the Rings is like based in the future?
Could be.
I don't ever watch. I've never seen it.
Think there'll be like wizards in the future?
No,
No.
no. I think a
gonna be-
wizard would be hot though.
I like this. Let's go. I identify as a wizard.
Oh, now here we go.
I got the wand.
I don't know. Honestly, here's the thing. It's like I probably sound like it bothers me, but it doesn't bother me at all. Like,
It doesn't bother
yeah,
me.
if you want,
Oh, it does
if you
bother me.
want to feel that way and want to do that, that's just fine. But like, I'm not scientifically going to call you a female or a male just because you've had a sex change. I'm sorry.
I'm going to call you whatever you want to be called. That's I mean, if you told me right now you want me to be called, I'm fine with it. But here's the thing. I'm more bothered by when people want to identify as something that you actually cannot become,
Like a pony?
like a cat.
Yeah.
None of
that's
us can be cats.
I guess that's where.
So start
you're-
using litter box. We'll
Some
get out
of
the
them
cat
do.
food. That's
Some do.
weird.
Some do.
Yeah.
That's really weird.
There's people with mental disorders. It's
Well,
mental health issues.
That's true. So I can't really.
And
poke
Would you say
anybody.
that
Here's
not wanting to be not wanting to be male or female? Would you say that's a mental disability?
not wanting to.
Yeah,
I think there's something
not
wrong.
wanting to be the gender you are.
I think there's something wrong, and I think that's some people truly don't feel like they're a male. Now, I don't like the whole kid thing. Like under a certain, I mean, your frontal lobes don't
Yeah, like,
freaking
wait till they
develop
develop,
till you're
yeah.
in your mid-20s. Your brain isn't. I mean, we
Synaptic pruning
we
doesn't
all
end
make
until you're
terrible decisions.
20s.
So
maybe not.
Children-
even then. It might just happen all the
these
time.
parents that are going to freaking do irreversible damage to their child by letting them take hormones, suppressing their periods.
No, I agree
Doing
with
that
that
stuff's
part.
insanity to me. It's abuse.
Well, that's what I
That's-
mean.
I
I
agree
think
with
it's scientifically wrong.
But to have this discussion in this day and age, it's transphobic, is what they'd say.
Oh yeah, but I don't.
You
care
can't-
about
you
that.
can't have these
I've got friends that
conversations.
are trans. I'm okay.
We
with
do
it.
too.
Yeah,
But
I'm
but
cool with it.
but don't you see that? It's so woke. It's like if you actually say, wait, if you bring up the word biology,
Oh yeah.
they lose it. It's like you're transphobic. You're horrible.
Mm-hmm.
It's no. I mean,
Right.
that clip with the senator that he's like, he asked the lady there. He's like, basically asked what a woman was, and
Oh,
she
yeah.
said you're transphobic for asking the question that way. And I'm like, so that's just a defense. So you don't have to think.
Right.
It's like gaslighting.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then
It
we're
is.
just gonna find a group of people that support us. And meanwhile, I'm not out there posting this on social media that I disagree.
Oh, I'm not
with
either. And I
not
don't
trying
have any
to
problem
ruin
with
your life. We can totally chill and hang out.
My problem is I don't mind if you tell me, hey, I identify as this. I hate the pronoun thing too. It drives me crazy. But I identify as this. Yeah, I'm gonna do my best not to refer to you as a dude if you want to be called a chick. But what I hate is when you get mad at me because I refer to you as a man because you look like a man.
Right.
And now I'm in trouble because
I'm definitely not going to do it out of spite. And if you ask me,
No, of course
you ask
not.
me,
Yeah.
I will definitely be respectful.
Right. That's the way I
I'm
am.
not a disrespectful person.
Right.
I guess I'm just saying scientifically speaking, I can't. I just can't.
I like to go scientific. It's
Yeah,
factual.
I just can't. I
It's
just
factual.
can't. It's just impossible for me. I feel like if we all started doing it, then we'd all, population would just end.
Yeah.
Well, I think we're getting dumb enough to where it could very soon. I think it's
just end
ended
each
many
other. We could end
many
each
times
other.
and started over.
It probably has.
There's
honestly.
been resets that get hit by freaking.
Yep.
I mean, we know it happened where the population was estimated to be just maybe 1,000 people survived when that asteroid that they have the impact zone, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's freaking enormous. Just wiped everything out.
Gone.
We're fragile.
Rest in peace.
When did that happen?
Millions of years ago.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Meanwhile,
Just like Yellowstone.
Oh,
yeah,
boy,
but
here we go with
Yellowstone
the
is-
Yellowstone.
Well, I tell
Well,
you,
the volcano, if it erupts, we're gone. And it's
There's a volcano?
600,000 years past due.
there's a volcano there that's so big at Yellowstone. Is that what you're talking about? The geysers under there just would blow up.
Yeah. Supposedly it'll wipe out at least most of this country.
600,000 years late. That's pretty late. I mean, that's we might as well cancel
I
it.
think that's what they said.
I
Yeah,
mean, if you're
we're
600,000 years late, we might as well cancel.
going to cancel it. I want to bump.
We could cancel it probably.
Yeah.
They're going to cancel me just for the things I've said already.
No.
No, but seriously, hey,
I don't think they listen.
Louisa May Alcott.
He is on a roll with this.
No, I love her. That's
She
going to be
was a
that. It's
naturalist.
literally.
She was a naturalist. She studied naturalism.
What's that mean?
It's the domain
I bet
of
she didn't
inquiry
believe in it.
involving organisms, animals, fungi, plants, natural environment, observations, and experiments. Encompasses scientific research, but is not limited to.
She looked like a naturalist.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So this would have been Greco-Roman world, medieval Arabic world, Renaissance, all that. Geobiology as well.
Her name will be the title of this podcast.
Yeah.
And
Well-
we could start a theme. We could do this regularly where we have you come over, you go to
Yes.
you go to the store, you find a beer with a quote on
Yeah.
it from somebody. Or you just find a quote from somebody in history and then we read the quote and then you just you
Study the person.
You study their life.
Hey, speaking of history, did you have you ever seen Drunk History?
Oh, yes.
Is that the best? Do you love
We're
it?
so
or
mad that it
or
ended.
are you
was
into
telling him
history
a
so
history
much
story.
that you?
I was telling him a
Hated
history
it.
story earlier. No, I love history.
No, I know, but I mean, Drunk History.
Oh, no, drunk history's pretty accurate, too.
Okay, but
Yeah,
it
it's
didn't
pretty
annoy
accurate.
you because you're like,
No,
oh my gosh,
it
I
didn't
know.
annoy me.
Okay.
No, I wanted
Because
to be drunk, too.
do you know that I learned
Matter
more?
of fact, I might need more beer.
I learned more
We got it.
I learned more watching Drunk History than I learned in history my entire
Oh, for sure.
school.
Yeah, how do you think
If they
how do you
would've-
think I taught school every day for
Yeah, if they would have been taught, if they would
basically drunk
Drunk.
history?
if they would have taught like that in my classes, I would have been a straight A student.
No, mine was more hungover history.
No,
I didn't actually drink it
Yeah,
more
that-
class, but I was probably hungover till
The
about
night
noon.
before.
Yeah, I was probably hungover
what,
till
so
about
what
noon.
was your teaching style like?
I love to take notes. And I like to tell stories.
Okay.
So I'll usually find somebody like this and
Just talk
delve
about her.
into it. Just find out all the crazy stuff, like being a naturalist. That's a pretty cool thing.
Yeah.
Which I think Henry David Thoreau is a naturalist. Let me see.
He sounds like a naturalist.
He does, doesn't he? Like,
Yeah.
what a strong name.
Henry
It is
David.
strong. It's very masculine.
Henry David Thoreau. Is that how you pronounce that?
Bro, he got
you say
so
that's-
much action. Thoreau.
He's throwing that dick.
Oh, he's
Oh wow.
God, just throwing it
when you got
around.
two first names and a last name like that,
God. How could you say
you're
no to
winning
that?
at every party.
I could see why you would want to be gay with a man like that,
I don't know. I'm not going to go that far.
Really.
Sure, let's do it. Whatever.
What if you were like, monogamous?
With him?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think that's. I don't.
So you would rather be in an open relationship if you were going to be with a man?
I've never really thought this through.
I think we got him, Angie.
Yeah, I think so.
I think we got him. I think he's turning red here.
I don't know. I don't know which way I'm going to go. I'm going to have a sip of bourbon. I'm going to stick with the ladies.
This is one of those like closed-ended questions you can't answer, no
Yeah.
matter how you answer
Exactly.
Yeah,
it.
you're done.
Okay.
It's-
You're
it's-
okay.
yeah.
And that's okay.
You've
It's
tasted.
okay to be that way.
Thank you. Shut up.
No, seriously.
We accept
This
you.
guy was born in 1817.
He's
That'd be what, like-
definitely dead.
205 years.
Oh wow, yeah.
205 years ago. Well, he's dead, but again, guys, Angie and I are of the mindset that ghosts are going to ghost.
Yeah.
They're going to haunt.
Ghost be ghosting.
Yeah, you think my dad's dead? I'd be dreaming about that motherfucker all the time.
Really?
Yeah, he's mad at me too.
Is
Your
he?
dad's
Yeah,
mad
he
at
gets
you?
mad sometimes.
So your dad's passed?
Yeah, he passed away in 2010.
Really?
Shocking, really.
Yeah.
Was it? It was unexpected.
Well, I had came back. This would have been 2008-ish. I came back from my second deployment to Iraq, and I was engaged to this girl. And like around the time that we were getting married, like probably 6 months after I came back, 6 to 8 months after I came back, my dad like calls me on the phone. At that time, I'm in theology school.
Oh yeah.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Didn't want to be.
Yeah.
I did not identify with that.
I
Sorry
get
if
it.
I trigger anybody with identify, but I didn't identify that as that. It was a little bit of a spiritual enlightenment period where I saw that we were taking and no longer giving, and I was of the mindset that, and I'd also studied some history, so I knew that, you know, most religions and most spiritual ideologies are based in love and treating others with love and care and respect.
Correct.
And I've always been taught that humility was the key, and like, you know, not having a lot of money was important, right? Like flaunting your money and like doing things for money. And I feel like if you're helping somebody spiritually, you shouldn't deserve money for that. Like there's no type of monetary gain you get from blessing someone's spirit. And so
You're not into televangelists, are you?
that's what we were doing, basically. I mean, we started cutting out. I started traveling with this guy. I was in theology school, like I said. He was like, you know, he had just graduated. We were both becoming pastors or preachers in this independent fundamental Baptist circle. You know, and there's a lot of legalism there, which if you're not familiar with legalism, it's like laws, basically. So there's
We know
like
legalism very, very well.
yeah, so a lot of laws, a lot of, you know, you can't do this, can't do that, right? You're going to be shunned if you don't wear a suit. You know, just weird stuff. And then I started noticing, and that wasn't even a problem for me. Like, I get it. I was in the military. There's a uniform, right? There's a certain way you do things. There's a certain code
Right.
of ethics in every job. I get that. My issue is that the money was becoming more important than the message we were sending.
Sure.
And we were claiming this message of love and forgiveness and, you know, this salvation through Jesus and like, but we were not living it. We were, you know, when we weren't going around and acting crazy and stuff, but we were, you know, we would make thousands of dollars a night. You know, we got to the point where we were cutting out $50 churches. We, you know, once we got a $100 church, the $50 church is out. So the bigger the meeting, the nicer the place, the bigger the church, the more money you're going to get, the bigger your offering is going to be. And then it got to the point where this man was put out a flyer and a memo that said, you can't pay me less than $1,200 to come to your church, and if you're going to put me in a hotel, here's a list of them. So then I'm like,
Jeez.
wait a minute.
It's bad for business.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Salvation,
That's-
spirituality, any religion is freely given and freely shared. And man, it got to the point where I just felt evil. I did.
It's like
I
it's
felt
like
evil.
Good for you
I
for
felt- I
feeling
felt- I
that
felt
way
evil.
and for moving
Well, being
forward and away
convicted of
from
it, yeah.
'cause a lot of people
Oh,
don't.
It was tough. It was tough. I mean, you're talking about I had 2,700 friends on Facebook. You know, if I posted something about something spiritual, I would get, you know, hundreds and hundreds of likes.
Sure. Yeah.
I ended up, I remember one evening, I remember sitting on the couch. I could paint you a picture of it. At my mom's house, coming back from probably, hell, my dad would still been alive at the time. I had just came back, moved back with him. I had owned a house in South Carolina and all that. And I had just moved back. And I remember going through my Facebook and like deleting like thousands of people. And it got down to the point where it was like 100 people that I knew,
wow.
that I trusted and that I knew were friends.
Right.
Not just people,
Yeah.
you know, that were part of this movement.
Right.
And oh man, This person's probably a millionaire now, easily.
That reminds me of
This
that
person's
show.
probably what?
A millionaire easily. Oh, I know he is.
Oh, that was the goal.
Yeah.
That reminds
Yeah.
me of that show.
Manipulate.
That show we watch on TV. That with
Servant?
No. With what he's talking about, the spiritual family, and they started making money, and it kind of got corrupt. It's a comedy.
Oh, it's awesome.
What is it called
The
again?
Righteous Gemstones.
The
on
Righteous
HBO.
Oh,
Gemstones.
I've heard of this. I haven't
With,
seen
It's
it.
basically
with Danny
sounds
McBride.
Yeah,
I've
it's
heard of
pretty
it. Yeah, I've
funny.
heard of it.
It's one of
That's
those
pretty good.
things I can only watch an episode or two at a time, and then it gets
Right.
like, oh, that's not that funny.
First
but then,
season was great.
yeah,
It's
but it
gone
reminds me
downhill.
of that because they kind of did the same thing. They started getting like
Yeah, you get
making the money
I
and not
think
really
that's
being about the
done-
life, you know.
Joel Osteen. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah. And
I
you
don't
know, I
like
can't
that.
speak on, and that's the other thing too, with like Joel. I can't speak on that man.
Oh no,
But I can definitely
No.
speak on this motherfucker.
Because you
obviously.
know, yeah.
I can definitely speak on
Right.
this shit because I lived it, and I remember. I can paint you pictures of this shit. I have, everybody's got a little photographic memory in a way.
Yeah.
Right?
Sure.
We all
Oh,
can
yeah.
especially
remember.
when it's damaging.
Yeah, when it's something like that. I can remember being, in the back of this church and like old women. This happened multiple times. You get these old women or these old men or just people that you can tell they're living off disability, right? They're on their Social Security. They're single.
And
They're
guilt them.
widowed. Oh, and they're coming back there, and the CD cost $20. Well, we made the CD in the guy's living room. We paid less than 5 cents for the CD, right? Because we bought them by the 500, bought them by the pack. So we're making CDs, it's in a computer and just burning them.
Yep.
And of course, since you're in that circle, you have somebody who can record the CD for you. So we didn't even really have to pay for
Right.
professional recording, right? Or you might pay like $500 to $1,000
Right.
bucks to get it done. And then, we're selling CDs for $20, and these poor little people are like, oh, I got $10 on me.
They
And
feel
here I am, making deals.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
Acting like you're doing them a favor.
Right. Oh yeah.
Right.
Oh, I'll take that 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, acting like you're doing them a favor. Yeah.
Then we go eat at Ruth's Chris,
Yeah.
eat steak, $200-some meal. I'm not lying.
Oh, I believe
Man,
you.
God.
I totally believe you.
Oh, I know.
That's
And
why.
it ate me.
This
It
is
ate-
the-
it ate me.
Yeah.
This
It
is the
literally
problem with
ate-
religion.
Yep.
Yes.
It was religion.
It's
That's what
an
it was.
easy place to manipulate people on both
Right.
sides. I mean,
And that's why I always say I'm a spiritual person.
Me too.
But I'm not a religious person.
Nope.
Like I believe in God, I pray to God, I believe in the power of prayer, I believe in all of that. But I don't go to church every Sunday because I've been so turned off by religion. And I think the straw that broke the camel's back, and this seems so minute. And Jeff's
Right.
laughing because he knows what I'm getting ready to say.
Right.
Because it
Tell
sounds so
me.
stupid, but it's one of the straw that broke the camel's back. Like
Yeah,
it's not a
yeah,
big deal.
yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, so we went to the church that Jeff's grandfather pastored for a while. He passed away, so he hasn't pastored in a while. Other people have, but I went, and he wants to refill. Is what he's saying. So we go into church, and they are taking roll. Okay, there somebody in
At
the
church.
back at the church is your name is on a piece of paper.
Like Sunday morning church, we're taking a roll.
Yes. Now I understand you might want to count because you want to see if your church is growing.
Yeah, you want to have attendance.
Count the people. Sure. Count. 1, 2. I just want you to count my head. But my name, Angie Runyon, on a paper with the days, all the Sundays coming up. Check, check, check. No, I don't like that. Why do you need to do that?
Wow.
That is what well,
That- just
that and
that one simple
hypocrisy.
thing.
And
Well, yeah,
hypocrisy.
it's turned in.
Hypocrisy is just, oh my gosh.
Churches have turned into like it's very similar to, in my mind, it's very similar to Athens, Greece, and the original government. It's like we have governments now, right?
It's totally.
Like we have boards,
Yes.
we have people that vote,
Yep.
we have, it's a democracy.
Yep.
Churches have become democracies. I go to churches. I've been to hundreds of them when we were traveling, and oh man, bylaws on the wall.
Oh,
right.
yeah.
If this is not how you live, then you're not welcome here. I've heard people say
Oh
that.
yeah, and here's another example of what turned me off. One thing that turned me off is when Jeff and I were into the religion and going to church all the time. I was in charge of the children's program, and we did, of course, we do the summer vacation Bible school, right? So you invite the neighborhood kids and everything. Well, the neighborhood kids come to the vacation Bible school, okay, and I had one of the teachers come up to me and tell me that they had asked this parent to take their child home and not to bring them back because they said a curse word.
Really?
Yeah.
So your child cannot come back to our
She kicked him out.
Faith-based organization.
Because of a curse word. And we don't say that in the house of the Lord. Okay, they don't know that. They hear that every day in their household. They hear it every day. That's how they talk.
It's how they
So
talk.
you come to church and you say it. He
Right.
didn't mean anything by it. He wasn't trying to be blasphemous.
Right.
You know what I mean?
No, I agree.
Hey,
And so you're telling him to leave. That's that kid will probably never go to church again.
No, and that's the problem I have, and that's what I've always said. It's that that's the problem when you get out and you look in. You go, you have to look, and I've had people argue me with this, and there are churches that aren't as bad, but it kind of breeds it. It's almost like you can't help it to breed like a culture where people have to conform to a certain way.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Right. So and then it just takes shape. It's like you have to talk a certain way, right? You have to speak a certain way. You have to look a certain way. You have to act a certain way. You have to behave a certain way, and then you get people turned off. And I think that's just the frustrating thing with church, which I grew up in the church. I loved my upbringing in the church.
Me too. I cannot complain.
But you have
at
to
all.
go. You get to a certain age and you're released, and now you got to figure out your faith.
You got to figure it out yourself. And they
Right.
never taught me that. They
No.
never said you're going to eventually question everything we've taught you.
Yes.
You're going to eventually question everything you've ever learned,
Yes.
including just basic math.
Right.
You just
Right.
just open your eyes and look
Yeah.
around. So
There was never this gray area of, hey, man, you're going to struggle. You know, you're not going to have every prayer answered, right?
your prayers haven't been answered.
Oh, it's shocking, isn't it?
Yes.
Shocking. Like you're not going to have, you're not going to be able to live this perfect lifestyle and get these 5 things, right? Like there is no script. They didn't teach us that.
No, and that's the one thing that I think that goes hand in hand. We talk a lot about relationships and marriage too, and I think that's goes right hand in hand with nobody tells you that because I think they want you to be scared. There was never you don't believe enough. That's why you don't need back in my young day, like now I don't think it's as bad. But even with taking medications for mental health issues or going to counseling, no, you just need to rely on Christ more and you wouldn't have these problems. Right? That's and nobody would really say it. You just knew that if you brought it up, that's the vibe you would get.
Yep.
And I think that's
Yep.
like what you said about nobody telling you the crap you're going to run into. And I've been there where I've questioned everything. I've doubted. I look around and I go, I've always thought this religion's crazy because of the way they believe.
Right.
But then
Wait a minute.
this is crazy.
This is crazy.
Right.
This is crazy.
I still believe it
Oh,
to
it's
this day.
crazy.
But I mean, where I
It's
was
crazy.
going, where I was going with that marriage. We talk about marriage all the time, and fortunately with us, I mean, my parents have been married forever, and she knew from experience. But it's like, guess what? This is gonna suck. You're both gonna run into situations where
Right.
you can leave.
You
right?
might hate each other for months
You're
at a time.
going to.
You
There's
might
going to
hate
be
each other
times
for months at a time.
where you're going to go through hard times. You're going to go through difficult times. You're going to go through financial issues. Nobody tells anybody else. They show them Disney movies,
Right.
and they think that
Yep.
they're going to meet their
Yep.
Prince Charming, and he's going to always stroke her hair,
Yep.
and he's going to meet the porn star, and she's always going to be down
She's
to
gonna be
do
the
all the
perfect-
crazy
yep.
stuff.
Yep.
And
That's
never
how I
make
was
it
raised.
right. That's what we're taught, and
Yep.
mentally we're programmed. And as soon as that stuff goes wrong, you look
fucked up.
you
Your
look
head
for that somewhere else, or you just fall out of love. Well, if you're falling out of love, you're going to fall out of love again and again and again.
And it creates a cycle, like you said. It
Right.
creates a cycle of who am I?
It's hard.
Who am I? Right? Like,
Right. Yeah.
what am I? Well, my dad died at I was 27. I didn't realize
That's
that
a
I would
lot.
have to live another 27 without him.
That's a lot.
And I did not know. At the time, me and my brother were, in our family, we were like celebrating, right? He was a great dude. But at 40 now, all my friends still have their dads.
Yeah.
And it's
like-
been 13 years.
Yeah, and it's like you don't even realize it. That's tough. Like I did not realize, and I have no regrets.
That's good.
And that's
You
a
know what I mean?
blessing.
I have no regrets at all. But man, you talking about missing somebody. Man,
gosh.
it's weird.
Oh, I
Like
bet.
it's a weird energy. It's very surreal.
Oh,
Like
I
I'm not
can't-
sad. I'm not mad. Right?
Yeah.
Like I'm
Yeah,
not
but there's-
happy. It's like, fuck.
Yeah.
That's the best description.
I mean, what
It's
was
kinda
it?
like
27 years of your life. He was there.
Yeah.
And you knew he was there consciously and subconsciously. And so now everything you experience from that moment on, it's got to be a little weird to think he hasn't been here with me in this. And you could say he is with you, but it's not. He's not physically here, and you can't call him.
Right.
You can't go sit down and have whatever your meals were, whatever you did together.
Yeah, exactly.
You went fishing. I don't know.
Oh, we did it all. I mean, we were close. We'd talk, hang out, laugh, joke. I remember, he was very spiritual.
Right.
I wouldn't say that he was super religious. But, I remember my first time smoking weed and coming home and sitting with him in the living room and telling him about it. He didn't say one word of judgment.
He was a smart man.
And didn't.
That's good, yeah.
And I was in the military at the time, too. It was something I shouldn't have done. And I think that was the last time I did it for years. But I just remember being able to come in and just be like, oh, this happened. And he just sit there.
Yeah, that's nice.
He was the bomb. But
he let you be a man, though.
Exactly.
See, that's what I think. That's what I think we're missing, and that's he sat there and he let you figure out if it's right or wrong, and if you needed to fix it, right? Because he didn't need to be in control anymore.
Right.
He knew that you were a man now.
Yep. No, he was great.
You needed to work through it, which says a lot about him.
Yep. No, he was great. And he changed a lot. He was a Vietnam veteran. I've got 52 letters of his from Vietnam.
Really?
Oh, it's pretty gnarly.
That's crazy.
Oh, yeah. You can see him. This is a lesson plan I taught, too. This is a really cool lesson. But you can see the maturation, or I don't even know if maturation is the right word, maybe the deterioration. You can see a person.
Oh,
You've seen the videos, the movies, right? Heard the stories about the guys who just go from 18 to 50 real quick.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And so you can read those letters, and like in the beginning, he's like, oh, right over here in Saigon, we're surfing. I got a girlfriend, all this, right? He's like super excited to be over there. By 3 or 4 months in. Oh, it's brutal. He tells a story, and I went through and highlighted all the crazy stuff, made a PDF out of it.
Oh, wow.
It was really cool. And got it on my computer. And, there's all these like trigger words, trigger sentences. I remember one time he's like talking about going to church, and he was like, writing his mother, and they were Catholic. He was like, we went to Catholic service the other day, and we had blood all over us, but don't worry, it wasn't ours. What? What? How do you think mom feels, right?
Wow,
like mom's sitting back here in West Virginia.
Oh,
but,
wow.
To survive that, and you're a soldier. I'm not.
Yeah,
I never have been, but I can imagine you have to have a certain mentality that shifts.
Well, yeah, you don't, honestly.
Which probably isn't healthy?
Age, no, at that age, you don't know. I didn't know the difference.
You don't know what's
if you were 29 in the military, you were old.
Yeah.
If you were 29, you should be an E6 or an E7. You should be ranking up. You should be in charge of stuff, right?
Right.
Like my platoon sergeant was only 29, I think. I mean, hell, our platoon leaders just graduated. One of them just graduated West Point, and they sent him over while we were in Iraq.
Oh, wow.
This man just graduates college in West Point, right? Academy. Send him over to Iraq.
That's
Bam,
crazy.
he's in charge of everybody. 25, 24.
Sheesh.
That's scary.
Yeah, dude. And most everybody's 18. Some guys join when they're 17 because you can sign 17, go to basic during your summer before your senior year.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
I can't imagine a 24-year-old being, because aren't they still developing, like, mentally?
I was 25
Sure,
on my second deployment.
Yeah.
When I came back from my second deployment, I was 25. I turned 19 on my first deployment.
I'm trying to think how old my brother was.
He was probably around 20, 19 or 20.
Yeah, because, probably. Because what?
And he did a few.
Iraq started,
You just
the
turned
war
40?
in Iraq started in 03.
You just turned 40.
Yeah, I just turned 40. 83 was when I was born.
Okay, my brother, too. So you're my brother's
Oh, that's
age.
when Jay was born.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They all just
It's
turned
been around
40.
the same time then.
Yeah.
We would have been in the military.
You
at the same
probably
time.
were the same.
Yeah. But I had joined, my family and brothers and everybody was in, and it was just kind of like I wanted to walk on and play college basketball at the NAS.
Yeah.
And it was so expensive.
Yes,
my
it is.
family couldn't afford it. And so I ended up just joining the Guard or the reserves.
That's what my
try to
brother.
pay for school.
Where's it out of?
Ashland.
Oh, okay, he was. Where was he out of? Huntington.
Might have been down there.
His unit there in Canova.
I don't
know.
remember.
He was in the Army.
It was reserves. I mean, it
Yeah.
was.
It was reserves, yeah.
Well, I joined and
He was
became
at
a medic.
Marshall, so.
I wanted to be a medic. Like I wanted to be,
Yeah.
I
Right.
didn't want to really kill people.
Right.
I never had that vibe.
Yeah.
Right.
Even though I wanted to go to war really bad,
Yeah.
like all of us did. Like I had illusions of grandeur about war. Like I wanted
Really?
to go so bad.
Yeah.
In 2003, it was like the Wild West. I mean, we were wearing the same uniforms that they basically wore we wore flak vests. Same
That's
thing they wore in
crazy.
Vietnam. Like we didn't have plates on our vests. We just wore the flak vests like Vietnam. We had the same webbing like Vietnam with the old canteens and everything.
wow.
Like metal canteens. Boots didn't fit. I had 13 bullets in 2003. I crossed the border of Iraq in 2003 with 13 bullets. That's it.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm sure they were just like us. They probably only had one magazine apiece. It was wild. It was the Wild West. I mean, we'd barter with the locals. People would be on the side of the road. Of course, when you cross the border, it's just terrible. You can tell it's been Americanized already.
Oh.
Like, we were like 2 weeks behind
Really?
the front push. And we were guarding a Marine ammo point, which the first Scud missiles of the war were launched at me and my buddies.
Oh,
You
gosh.
can Google this shit.
Really?
Yeah. They were launching them at this Marine ammo point, and we were guarding it. And it was like 20 of us, me and like 20 or 30 guys, our platoon. And so I would do 12-hour rotations with my platoon guarding an ammo point, and then I would do 12-hour rotations at the local naval hospital where they were flying the motherfuckers across the border in the helicopters. So that was my first time seeing guys in body bags, seeing guys shot, seeing guys, all bloodied up. And, they talk about that smell and all that stuff too, but, it's just a whole vibe, You're just caught up in it, and you're not analyzing it like I am
Well, it's
now.
survival.
Right? Yeah,
It's
you're just
survival.
kinda
You're
doing
in
it.
the
Yeah,
game,
you're
right?
just in the game.
You don't
think about
when
it.
you're playing basketball. You're not thinking. If you are, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
And you're not going to survive.
it was cool.
I'm sure at the time, and you're a
it's
young
cool.
man. I mean, we all
until they started
fantasize about
shooting
that.
at you.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
And that's what hit me because my dad told me this story. It's a really cool story. He got a Bronze Star, and the story goes, he was in a foxhole, and this was during a period of another offensive around Tet. So it wasn't the original Tet offensive, I think, of 68. I think he was in there in 69. So the Tet offensive comes through or whatever, during the holiday. He's like, they're overrunning them. Like, they're just shooting them. As soon as the people are coming, they're shooting them. They're sitting in a foxhole just shooting, bang, 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 right? So he's in a foxhole with his buddy. Well, they go down to reload or something. Well, one of these, what were they called? I want to say Viet Cong,
I don't know.
but the Vietnamese guerrillas, I should call them.
Okay.
Trying to respect them, right? Like they're just
Good.
as
Yes.
they're just as victimized as we are. You know what
Sure.
I mean? They're soldiers too. So like, this guy comes over and falls down in the foxhole with my dad, falls on top of my my dad's buddy, and my dad ends up knife fighting
Oh, my
this
gosh.
guy. This guy, I swear, this guy ends up knife fighting him and like stabbing him to death on top of his buddy in the foxhole.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, gets a Bronze Star for it. And this was like his last few months there too. Like,
That's crazy.
yeah. They transfer you because he was a door gunner for like 6 months, so you get like a year deployment. He was a door gunner, and door gunners have like a really high death rate. So like his last 2 or 3 months, they took him and put him in an infantry unit, which has a lower death rate than helicopter.
Oh, my gosh. That's crazy.
Yeah, and so then he was out on patrol, and and he's guarding the base and all that, and so that's when that guy fell down.
So they put him in a less threatening spot, and he gets
Right, he
in
ends
the
up-
fight
yeah,
for
yeah,
his
he ends up
life.
knife fighting.
Yeah.
Wow.
For his life. But I remember asking him. I was 14 at the time, and I was like, how did you do this, or how were you able to do this, right? And I was expecting like some kind of Jackie Chan karate moves,
Right.
Like Chuck Norris.
Right. Something real
Yeah,
impressive.
I was thinking something wild.
Yeah.
Right? Of course, I was a child.
Right.
And he just stares off, another one of those images I could paint you a picture of. And he just stares off and he goes, I guess I was more scared than he was. And I didn't figure that out till I went to
That's-
Iraq.
yeah,
I didn't
that's
figure that
pretty
out till
good.
I went to Iraq and got shot at. And I was so fucking scared
you do
that
whatever.
I would have done whatever.
You
Yeah.
do whatever. That makes so much sense,
Wow.
though.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it was pretty shocking.
You take the bravado out of it, and you answer the question the way it really. Yeah.
Yeah. And then there's that, and then once you get shot at once, then there's always like that leery feeling.
Oh.
You're never really at peace after that.
I wouldn't think
gosh,
so.
no.
Yeah,
And you're always looking
on
over your
edge
shoulder.
after that.
Oh,
Yeah, you're always
yeah.
on edge after that. But you don't even know you're on edge, right? You're too
Right.
young.
Right.
You think this is just normal life. Like
Yeah.
I was literally, that was my first big experience. If you think about it, right? I joined when I was 18.
That's crazy.
September 11th happened in 2001. By 2003, I was gone.
Wow.
So I hadn't even done anything.
That's insane.
So
High school,
Yeah.
right? I mean,
yeah.
you're still a kid.
Yeah.
Give you a gun, push you out there.
I don't know how we got off of spiritual.
I know.
To,
We got.
To me,
That's
anyway.
what happens. It's
Yeah.
you just talk and it goes wherever.
We
it
go
goes.
random. It's
Well,
fine.
I was going to mention to you earlier about Zoroastrianism.
I don't even know what that is.
Does it have anything to do with wizards? She's all in if it's a wizard.
She's all in if there's wizards and hobbits
Yeah.
and elves.
I don't even know what that is. What is it?
Zoroastrianism is like one of the oldest religions in the world.
Oh, I have never
So
heard
this
of it.
is like based way before
Wow.
Good and evil.
Good and evil.
You don't believe in good and evil?
I do. I believe that they're absolutely, and I think that's what they'll tell you. Like great filmmakers, like George Lucas with Star Wars, it's like you take the Bible and you do what they did. You write a bad, you write a good, and you make them fight, and you make.
No, but I'm just saying. I'm not talking about a movie script. I'm talking about. You don't believe in good and evil? You don't
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm
You
just
said it
saying.
makes a good movie and a good story. I was just curious.
Well, that's my point to the religion. That literally, like back then, it was like there were tons of pagan religions that were exactly like what we believe.
Oh, yeah.
Ours survived out
Absolutely.
of all of them. So there's tons of people.
Well, ours
that,
is relatively new, right?
yes.
I mean, it was founded. I mean, Constantine basically made it.
Right. We have the
Made
history.
Christianity. Constantine made Christianity part of the Roman government. I mean, like, he made it part of their lifestyle.
Right. And they-
So then it was established by the darn emperor, the ruler.
Yep. Interesting. Because it was
And then
not.
society was controlled by it, right?
Absolutely.
Europe,
Yep.
the whole area. Of course, I want to go. I want to go to Jerusalem. I want to go over there.
Yeah,
I want
it'd
to
be
go to
awesome.
Italy. I want to
Yeah.
go to Rome. I want to do
Oh,
all
yeah.
that stuff.
Did you have any more on this?
Well, I was saying that because that's similar to the naturalist, right? The Asha and the Druze, but I think that's all I've got to say about Zoroastrianism.
I was wondering if it would tie into the chick on the beer can.
Well, that's what I'm getting back to here. I think that's why we started this, because she was a naturalist under Henry David Thoreau, who, by the way, had a sexy ass neck beard.
Ew.
Oh, a neck-
Nobody
Oh,
wants a neck
It
beard.
was like totally, under the chin and down.
Ew.
Yeah,
Hey.
yeah.
At least it wasn't
Yeah.
a mustache only. I have a real big problem with mustache only people.
Really?
Immediately turn off. Immediately no go.
weird.
Not that it's a go, but you know what I'm saying. I'm married, but I'm just saying
Right.
if I were single,
Right. So if he just did a mustache, you wouldn't like it.
no, not.
I wouldn't get the results
Mm.
that I hope for.
It would be
mustache.
if I were single, it would be a deal breaker immediately. I'm not even
Really?
giving you a chance.
Really? Shocking.
No, I'm not.
She'll know that we're done if I come home and I have a mustache and I'm wearing a visor.
Oh, I hate visor. And then you have a big old chew in your mouth and you're
Yep.
spitting in a cup
She'll
and you got
know,
black all
we're
in your
getting
teeth.
divorced, and I'll be
So
like,
sexy.
yep.
Yep.
There's something about it I cannot handle.
Listen,
Hey, we all have our things.
Jeez.
our girl Alcott.
She have a mustache?
No, but I did date a girl with a
Guaranteed.
mustache.
No, shut up.
Swear.
You dated
What do
one?
you mean?
She had a mustache.
Now listen, I can get little like hairs. Like actually, I have a little bit, right, but you can't see them. But I take a little to them, like not a razor, but like this little tool.
She had like a dark mustache.
No.
Like a catfish.
What?
She catfished you?
No, but she looked like a
Was she pretty?
Oh.
Otherwise,
Was she hot? Was she good from the neck down? Is that
I
what it
gotta
was?
be honest. I gotta be honest with you.
Butterface?
I gotta be honest with
Yes.
you. I might have
Got into it?
convinced her to wax it.
yeah. I mean,
I
that's
did,
just weird.
and I feel bad because you should be your own human.
No, you're a good
But
man.
I was totally like, what do you think about doing this? And it was a game changer. She was really happy about it. 34. Anyway,
I worked with a lady who
can't do
had
that. I got facial hair.
hairs coming out of her chin really, really bad, and a little bit of a mustache too. Maybe it was her. No, probably not. She's not your type. But I'm like, do you look in the mirror in the morning? I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not, because I'm not a mean person. But like, do you look and you're okay with that? I don't know.
I don't know. I will say this, but our girl Alcott,
He's obsessed.
she was like, they were in poverty,
Right.
So she was a teacher, a seamstress, a governess, a domestic helper,
What's that?
and a writer.
And a
All
sex
those
worker.
things. While their mother took on social work among the Irish immigrants.
Interesting.
She went to public school. And writing became her emotional outlet.
So see, that's how she learned. She wasn't oppressed. Women can learn. You make that up.
They were oppressed.
She did say this. I wish I was rich, I was good, and we were all a happy family this day.
Oh, poor girl.
And she was driven not to be poor.
Interesting.
Oh, look at this. She and her family served as station masters on the Underground Railroad.
Oh.
Look at that.
How about that apricot? Is that her
How
name?
about her? Yeah, Louisa May Alcott.
Alcott, not apricot.
Apricot,
Sorry.
no, not apricot. But damn if she don't look like one.
Oh, Alcott.
Wonder if
they,
she's getting-
they did it all.
Well,
man.
she might have been gay.
Wonder if she's getting proceeds from the beer can.
I don't know. She might be.
Maybe her
posthumously-
estate is. I don't know. You never know.
posthumously.
I doubt it. This is a local beer, not local to here, but local to Winston-Salem, North Carolina, which I pointed out at the beginning of the podcast.
There you go. Now, you said it was local West Virginia.
Holy son of a biscuit! She actually had discussions with Frederick Douglass.
What?
Frederick Douglass
Is that the great grandfather of Michael Douglas?
Ooh, it could be, but Michael Douglas is white. But maybe.
Oh.
Do you know, I have a history fact for you. My great, however many greats you want to go down, grandpa is Ulysses S. Grant.
That's impressive.
Yeah,
I wonder if you should get some money from that.
I should.
I've went to Gettysburg.
And the
before.
thing
She
is, I
should.
did a paper on him and stuff, and like a lot of his I can see it, and I can even see it in pictures. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I can see my dad's side. You know what I
Loves
mean?
Cigars.
That's right.
Yeah. Anyway, I thought you might find that a fun fact since
Oh,
you're
I
a
think
history
it's.
person.
I think it's great. I think it's a great fact.
Probably call you Ulysses from
Yeah,
now
we
on.
may as well just call you Mrs. Grant.
Just call me that.
Mrs. Grant.
No.
Well, he's at Gettysburg. Mrs. S. Grant was at Gettysburg, I think.
I
can't remember
I
if he
can't
was at
remember from my
Gettysburg or not.
paper. All I remember is something about Abercrombie and Fitch.
I like girls that wear Abercrombie.
That was his Taylor, I think.
Yeah, Abercrombie and
Abercrombie
Fitch.
and
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I remember that
That's true.
part. They
It's true
like to
story.
smoke cigars. They had a little bit of a temper, which makes sense.
Ulysses.
Yeah, a little
Yeah,
bit of
that
a
makes
temper, which makes sense with my
He
family.
probably should have put marijuana in the cigars,
Maybe,
that would have helped him.
Yeah,
and probably would have helped him just defeat the
yeah,
South a little quicker.
probably. But you know,
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, because he'd be like, "Oh, woo! I don't give a fuck. This is awesome. That's right. Yeah.
Let's kill him.
Kill them all. Woo.
Or he'd have been like, "Come on up here, boys. Let's
Right,
smoke.
come on up here. Let's smoke some dope, Mr. Lee.
Let's work this out.
Fucking
Let's just
hey, yeah.
come to an
The war
agreement."
would have been over a long time ago. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd have been like, yeah, we're not killing each other for this.
that's funny.
Well, you just free your slaves, dumbass.
Yeah. Let's just free him.
Anyway, so listen, she talked to Frederick Douglass, who was like one of the most famous black men to ever live in America. But he was pretty spectacular.
Freddie was a good dude.
Yeah.
He crushed it.
Oh, she contemplated suicide at one point. Wow.
Who hasn't?
Goodness gracious.
Jeff, do you need to talk about something?
No.
We need to talk.
I'm kidding.
Her younger sister died in 1858, and her older sister married a man named John Pratt.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
there's
the
any-
Pratts.
And this felt to Alcott to be breaking up their sisterhood.
Ooh.
Oh man, she's struggling here.
She
She's struggling.
She was in her bag.
Yeah,
Telling you,
she's
man. Not getting any will do
in
it
the
to
bad
you.
bag. Yeah.
If anybody needs to do a history paper or should listen to this podcast, we wrote it for you.
It's
basically.
done.
She's been
Yeah.
ran hard and put up with. She looked rough. She looked rough.
The first time I heard that was last night when you said that about somebody else.
Yeah.
Oh, you said that about somebody last night?
Yeah. I'm not going to.
We're not going to say that name.
Oh, well,
on
no, we
here.
better not.
I almost did.
But we could say it later. Oh,
Listen.
that's too funny.
Oh, man. Look at
Last
this.
night was a good time.
She,
It was. It's a good time.
she was being a nurse and got typhoid fever.
Oh.
She was a nurse during the Civil War.
Oh.
This girl's pretty amazing.
She
this
actually
is
accomplished a
pretty.
lot.
Yeah, this is pretty amazing.
And the fact that somebody in 2023 is talking about her on the
Mm-hmm.
podcast is actually an accomplishment.
Pretty interesting.
Oh, this is pretty interesting. You know, well, you know, she's got quite a few books here. The first book she wrote was inspired by her Army experience.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I've learned a lot today.
Yeah, me too.
So, random question. We've all we've both shared a thing on our bucket list. What's one on yours, Jeff?
My bucket list.
Mm-hmm.
Just one thing. We just shared one thing.
I want to go to freaking Spain.
That sounds fun.
I want to go to Barcelona
Okay.
or somewhere in Spain that's beautiful.
Do you have anything other than travels on your bucket list?
2 chicks at the same time.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I'm not identifying as a chick, so don't even try.
Just kidding.
Don't even try.
I had to joke a little. Had a little
Oh,
fun.
Lordy.
Let's see here.
They put Louisa May Alcott on a stamp. 1940.
Wow. Do you know stamps are 60 cents now, y'all?
Home
Really?
stamp. That's because
Y'all.
nobody mails anything anymore.
Well, yeah, I do. I mail something every day at work. 60 cents for one stamp. I find that fascinating. I mean, I find that ridiculous. But anyway, so sorry. Go ahead, Jeff. Something
Bucket list.
other than traveling.
I say it so much. Like
Spain.
I'd say that's.
What would you do in Spain? Would you go to like a nude beach?
Sure, why not? I'm open to. I'm 47 years old. I'm harmless. I just want to experience
I don't
things.
believe that.
I don't believe it either. He's not
I
harmless.
want to experience things. Bad, good, fun. Mostly fun and good.
Why would you want to experience bad?
I'm just saying that I want to experience things. If it turns out that it's not a good experience,
Oh, okay. You learn from it, yeah.
it's fun. We tried. Bucket list.
Spain.
Bucket list. Spain. But she
But
wants
other
something
than
else.
travel, like something like, you know what I mean?
Like here in
Like he
Charleston?
wants to get in a hot spring naked.
Yeah.
I want to be in a
totally
haunted
bucket list.
house, like something like that. Something that's not
Specific.
something that's everybody has a place they want to travel on their bucket list.
and I want to go to Spain.
Okay, Spain's pretty fucking big.
I want to go to Barcelona.
Okay.
Okay. What do you want to do there?
I want to eat.
Okay, you can eat here.
Not Spain stuff.
Not Spain
Spanish,
stuff.
Spanish.
I want to see the
Spaniard.
cathedrals.
Okay, all right. Well, that's in Italy, right? Rome.
No, listen, there's stuff
The
in
cathedral?
Spain too.
Are there?
But yeah, we can drive over to Italy. I'm down. That's on my bucket list too. Going places is
So you want a vacation in Spain?
Sure.
Is that as accurate as we're getting here?
Another thing on my bucket list is to be able to hear out of my left ear. I can hear out of my left ear, but it's muffled. It's like I've had
You need to go to the
water.
doctor.
What about
I've had
cleaning it?
water in my
You wanna
ear for
clean it?
2 weeks. It feels like
You should
I can't
clean
get
it.
it out.
Yeah, you need to go to the doctor and have them clean out your ears. Remember when I went deaf in one ear?
Yep.
Oh, that was bad.
And they cleaned it out, and it was amazing.
Yep.
Yes.
That was the best. I think it's one of the best. One
do
of the
it.
best feelings.
I do it on a regular basis. I have a little squirter.
Do you?
You have your own squirter?
And I squirt myself.
Where do you get a squirter like that? Walmart?
My brain just went to another place.
Well, the
I'm
first
sorry.
squirter I found was downtown. She squirted with many more after that.
Here they're hard to
Yeah,
come
they're
by.
hard to come by and hard to keep.
Oh Lord!
I'm sure.
There's a reason they do that.
No, but go to the
They want to
doctor.
show that off.
To go to the doctor and get it professionally done once.
Yeah. Suck all that earwax out.
Oh my gosh, it's the best.
It is the
Really?
best.
Yes,
Yeah.
just
I
go. Have
seriously
On my
Melissa
bucket
do it.
list.
I seriously
Go
do.
have Melissa squirt you.
Yeah.
Oh,
Have
wow.
Melissa squirt
I
all
will.
over you.
I will. Okay.
Ugh. It's gross.
No, don't. She's one of my
Hey,
best
on a
friends.
more serious note, check this out. I was right the whole time. You guys ready?
Yeah.
She's a squirter.
Louisa May Alcott was a squirter. Alcott
Don't
based
put that in
her
your paper, y'all.
in Little Women, which we all probably read in grade school.
I don't even know what it is. Never heard of it.
It's a movie. It's a book.
It's a book. We've all at least read parts of it.
Is
in-
Reese
in some
Witherspoon
space.
in it?
I don't think she is. Man, I tell you what though, Julia Roberts, she's hot. In Little Women, Alcott based her heroine Jo on herself. But whereas Jo marries at the end of the story, Alcott remained single throughout her life. Check this out.
She just wrote it because she wanted it.
Check this out. I was right. Alcott remained single throughout her life. She explained her spinsterhood in an interview with Louise Chandler Moulton. I am more than half persuaded that I am a man's soul, but by some freak of nature into a woman's body. Because I have fallen in love with so many pretty girls and never once the least little bit with a man.
What?
I was right. I
You
was right.
said that
I hit it on the head. I
earlier.
hit it on the head. She looked like it.
So that.
She does
So
look
no,
like
listen, y'all, stop. This is serious. This is happening way before our time. Those feelings of things, but she was afraid to come out and identify as a man.
She doesn't want to identify with a man. She wants to hook up with a chick.
She said no. She said she felt what you said something about soul.
She has a
which is-
man's soul because that's what it looks like. It's like if I like a woman, then I must be a man, right?
How do you, don't interpret that for her.
Wait a minute, though.
She ain't gonna say
She
nothing about it.
does. Check this out. Wait a minute. Alcott
Switchback.
No, while in Europe, she does have a romance with a guy in Europe. named
yeah.
Ladisla Laddie Wisniewski. But she had it in her journals, but she deleted them before she died.
Oh.
They could
So
delete
she was-
in the 1800s.
I guess so. Maybe
What
she
do
just
they do,
like,
rip
I guess
it out
just
and throw
rip
it
it
in
out
the
and burn it. Yeah. every character seemed to be paralleled with the people from Alcott's life.
That's very interesting.
And she ended up, even though she didn't marry, she did take May's daughter, Louisa, and took care of her.
Okay, so do you want to know who the Little Women cast is?
Sure.
Is this the movie?
Yeah, the movie,
the movie.
1994.
Okay, 1994.
Hey,
Winona
that's
Ryder.
Good year.
Ooh, Winona Ryder. Okay.
Kirsten
Hey.
Dunst,
Ooh, another banger.
Hey, yeah.
Christian Bale, which
Oh, he's great.
He's fantastic
Susan
actor.
Sarandon,
Susan, yeah.
somebody I don't never heard of.
Susan's another great
Trini
one. I'm drinking beers.
Alvarado,
That's why they're here, my
Claire
friend.
Danes.
Hey, Claire, where'd
What's
she
up,
go?
Claire? Where you at?
I know, right?
Claire.
Samantha
she
Mathis.
did the
Where Claire Danes at?
Samantha Mathis.
I don't know
who
her.
that is. No, I don't know who that is.
That's really all that we know.
Hmm.
So sorry, Jeff. Who were you asking about? You asked if Reese Witherspoon. I don't see her in the cast.
Well, they lost then. Because Reese is great.
Jeff likes Reese Witherspoon, I guess.
She had written multiple things before that one. I'm
Of
assuming
course.
that's how it goes, right? Like
What?
you write a lot before you hit a banger.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I would say
right.
so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 You know,
Yeah.
like a rapper. You don't just
Yeah, or like a
Sure.
comedian, like you
Yeah.
have to be,
Yeah.
you have to fail a lot of
Yeah, you don't
times
just
before
like-
you
yeah,
get
you
it.
don't
I mean,
just
I
like-
think anything that you get caught doing or you catch on doing, like if you like get hit, right? It's not the first time you played the lottery,
No,
Was
no, you're right.
right?
was that? Oh, that's true. Was she a one-hit wonder though? Did
no,
she have
no,
any
no,
other?
She's got all kinds of shit.
No.
No,
She's
this
she's
girl,
doing pretty good.
she didn't. She
didn't have a man
on
to distract her.
Wikipedia. Do you ever think this? This is a thought. Maybe it's my conspiracy theory mind going
Oh,
to
boy.
work.
She didn't have to
Yeah.
raise a man, you know.
Yeah.
She had to, like raise a child the rest
Who,
of her
who are you
life.
talking about?
You.
What's your?
Drink my bourbon, and my beer,
You insult me.
and you insult. You show me your foot.
You showed him your foot.
Yes.
He broke down culture. Now I
The
understand.
culture of
Huh?
I understand our
Middle
neighbor
Eastern
more
culture.
now.
If you show your foot, it's disrespectful. It's like a middle finger.
It's like the middle finger because you never show your foot. Like if I did this in their house,
yeah, this
it literally would become
It's time to leave.
we'd become.
Friends anymore.
I was under the impression maybe I would take my shoes off over there.
No, don't take your shoes off when you go over there. Please don't.
He's very
Unless
clean,
he asks
though.
you to.
He's very clean.
But
like
keep your feet
psycho
on the
clean.
floor. Do not cross your legs. If you go to this man's house, do not show your foot.
I probably won't ever come out
Please
if I
do
go
not.
in.
Please do
He's
not
probably
show
there
your
all the
foot.
time.
I mean, so me right now with my feet out would be like, so when I walk outside barefoot, he's offended.
He's already offended.
The
'cause you're a
Middle
woman.
Easterns, he said,
He's
when
already
they rolled
offended because
by,
you're a woman.
when they rolled by them, he said where you would flip them off, they'd all pull their feet out.
Yeah, they just stick their foot
Where
up.
you rolled by them.
Yeah, so we
In-
drive by in the trucks and they just show their feet to us.
But
In the
so,
Middle East,
so
like
flipping us
okay,
off.
okay. But here's my question.
Of course,
Do
we throw
you-
candy at them, you know.
Do you think, because like I walk outside
Really
barefoot
hard.
all the time, do you think he's offended by that? How could he be? I'm
He
American.
can't see the bottom of your
Yeah,
foot.
he's talking about the bottom of your foot. You know.
He can't see the bottom.
Like if you come in,
If you would show him the bottom of your foot, it
Yeah.
would be like flipping him off.
He shouldn't
There
have
is a
to.
there
No,
is
I would
a
not do
huge
that.
there's a huge
And he was explaining to me that like the stuff that happened with the dogs, he's like, he doesn't not like you. He
yeah,
just
he's not mad at you specifically.
it's just their culture.
It's a
Like
respectful
they
thing.
go for they're still
Okay,
friends, but they go.
I respect
harsh.
that. Do you know what? Okay, I want to say this, and I may get canceled. I respect that, but you're in America.
Mm-hmm.
You're being an asshole.
No, he was being an
I
asshole.
think
was
he's
being
doing
an
pretty
asshole.
good though, probably.
But you know what I'm saying? Like I
There
get.
are worse assholes that live up Rutledge Road where I grew
Oh
up.
no! I know that. No,
For
listen.
sure.
No,
Yeah.
I understand that, but I'm just saying, like, he was rude. He's been rude to me. He's better now.
He's so
But,
much
like,
better
but-
lately.
but I just think
I
that
think we're more talking about his characteristics.
I just
than
think
his actual,
that-
I don't think it's religious for him. I think it's just how he was born and raised.
I just
Yes.
think that if you I understand cultures and I respect cultures. I do.
Mm-hmm.
But if I move over to where he's from, I'm not
you
gonna.
can't drive anymore, and
I'm
you
not.
can't
no,
talk
but
back.
listen. Okay, that's what I'm saying. But
He's already humbled himself a lot to put up with your dumb ass. I mean, a woman walks outside without a hijab on. You're a piece of shit anyway.
okay, but you're in America, so no, I'm not. You're
Exactly.
you're on
That's why
my
he's not
turf
mad
now,
about that.
buddy.
That's why he's not mad at that. He's mad at your dog pissing in his yard, and I would be too.
You would not, Seth. You're
I know. I
you're
don't
too
care.
laid back
I
about
don't
that.
care. You could
But you
actually,
know what I'm
your dog
saying?
could piss on my couch. I don't care.
Well, our dog did
Not
piss
mine.
on our
I
couch
want to
today.
kill them when they piss on my couch.
Then the couch that we gave them for their room, they
How
pissed on it
great for those
today.
little buttholes.
God.
No, but do you see what my point though? Like you're over in our
Sure,
culture now,
absolutely.
so you have to adjust a little bit.
There's a little bit of
adjustment.
a learning curve there for sure.
But I would not disrespect him now, knowing that.
No.
Like back in the back of my mind, I really want to show him the bottom of my foot now because he makes me mad. But I never would, because if that actually is offensive, I don't want
That's
to
funny.
offend anybody.
No,
Right,
it is
sure.
offensive. I mean, but you
I
know,
don't want to offend anybody, but
the
lighten up.
Ever since
like
I pulled his
farting,
trash
for
cans
instance,
in,
Yeah.
don't fart near them. Like, don't go to their house and fart.
You want a fun fact?
Extremely disrespectful.
you-
Whereas you can go to like a friend's
we're gonna
house
have
here
a
and-
fart party
Yeah,
in the
you can come over,
street.
like you can come to a friend's house here and fart and everybody laughs. You know, oh,
Right,
you got
yeah.
gas. It's funny,
Yeah.
you know. But no,
Yeah.
Do you want a fun fact?
yes.
Jeff and I have been together since 1991. We were 15 years old. I've never voluntarily farted in front of him. Now, I know I've probably fallen asleep and it's come out. I've probably been in the bathroom and it's happened and he's heard it. But never.
and you know what would hurt the worst?
I love farting.
You know what would
Yeah,
hurt?
farting's
Yeah,
necessary.
and that sounds like a great thing, and it kind of is. It's pretty cool. It's a long, very disciplined thing. But you know it would hurt so bad is if she left me, and I found out she farted in front of her new husband
Oh yeah.
or new
have
boyfriend
this new-
regularly. I'd
right?
be like,
Damn.
wow.
I wanted those farts.
I don't really want him, but
You
it's
do like
like
a fart mask.
maybe he is
That's a
better.
thing.
Maybe
right?
he is
Isn't
your
that a thing?
soulmate.
Like a fart mask.
Probably.
We wore him
Tube to your
for a
face.
freaking year
Duct tape.
with this
A
COVID crap.
year. It was more than that.
That was a fart mask. That was a breath mask. You're
That
right.
was a let's get sick mask.
I don't understand that either.
I don't either.
People didn't wear their mask and they didn't really work.
No,
Something to make you be
Right.
aware, I guess.
All right.
whatever.
People
We
are
did
It's
pretty
a,
good.
it's a control.
Guys,
it
we
was
did pretty good.
It was a control.
There are some
test.
pandemics throughout history where the fucking king and the queen got murdered because of it.
Wow.
Think about the bread shortage in the French Revolution.
Hmm.
We're murdering people over bread.
Like toilet paper.
Yeah, that's
on
where
ours?
that's where the guillotine came from.
Oh my
during
really?
the French Revolution.
God,
Yeah.
I'm
has a
learning
wealth of
so much.
knowledge.
Yeah, the guillotine is
I'm
from
learning
the
so much.
French Revolution.
I'm gonna pause. You all
The
keep
humane way to like
I'd-
cut somebody's head off.
Used to have a workout that I called the guillotine.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you cut things?
No, I never even cut it myself, but it just was really hard to go through the guillotine.
I think if you go through the real guillotine once, you're probably not coming back. I would assume that there's only one go around.
I would agree.
They cut your head off.
I know it goes into a little basket,
Wonder.
and then they carry the basket away, and they put it on a spike if you're really bad. So you're an example to the rest of those people that you don't do what that guy did.
Don't do this.
Because your head went up on a spike outside the city gates,
Yep.
and your family will have to see it.
Don't steal this fruit.
Don't steal fruit. Don't steal fruit.
Don't be black.
Huh?
Don't be black. We're gonna hang you.
I didn't say that.
Well, that's how it was back then.
It was.
Well, in America anyway. Not in the French Revolution.
I'm getting nervous. I'm starting to sweat a little bit.
I'm just saying. It's pretty terrible.
It is terrible. It's
Yeah,
freaking
like,
ridiculous.
Could you
Are
imagine
you
living
kidding
back
me?
there?
No.
I hear people all the time. They're like, "Oh, I'd love to live in the Wild West." Bitch, no, you wouldn't.
No.
You want to live in the Wild West?
No, you wouldn't.
You can walk into a bar and look at a guy wrong,
Come
and he
on.
will shoot you.
Come on.
Right?
Got your hair cut a different way. Somebody's gonna be Asian or to be black or Mexican. Oh God.
Oh, you're in a bad
What
spot.
era are we
Or a
talking
woman,
about?
or a woman.
Because I don't know about history.
Or a woman.
What,
Well, we're still in the Alcott area, I would assume, right?
Oh.
We're still in 1800s,
I mean,
right?
I kind of
we're
want to
gonna
live
stick-
it. I want to
Yeah,
live
we're
it just for the
I don't know. The French Revolution was like 1400s. Hold on, let me look up.
just for the attire. You know, the Victorian attire.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm down for that.
Really?
A little bit.
You would wear that.
I want to
I
live in a
would.
wizard time.
I do too.
I wanna be a
swear
wizard.
I do. Swear I do. If I
I'm
could-
going to find wizard movies this weekend. I'll be like,
Hey,
watch
will you
this
be a
movie
wizard for
this-
Halloween? Come on,
Yes.
please.
I want. You could carry like a little globe too.
what's the
be great.
wizard on what's that one movie? The Marvel, is it Marvel? Mr.
Oh,
The
yeah,
Wizard
that
of
dude's
Oz?
a badass.
yeah, Mr.
No, it's not Mister.
You know what I'm talking about. Doctor
Strange.
Doctor Strange, he's a
He's
wizard.
a badass wizard.
Is he?
Well, he's got the time
Yeah.
medallion too, right?
Yes,
got,
he
the
does.
Time changing
Ooh.
thing. He can like control. He's got the time stone. That's what it's called.
Yes, he
I don't
doesn't
know anything
have
about any
a
of this.
wand
Right.
per se,
Right.
but
Well, he can like use his hands and break time and
Oh wow,
like
Yeah.
transport and
hey,
shit.
calm
Nice.
down.
Yeah.
Don't get her worked up.
nice.
No, he's pretty cool.
I mean, but
Honestly,
He
though,
sounds-
he's got a cloak that's pretty badass too.
I love cloaks.
And he's got this magic cloak,
Ooh.
like cape,
Yeah.
that like has a mind of its own.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he'd be like,
Yeah.
get under my cloak, baby.
Right, and you don't have to feed it either, right? Like, because you don't have to feed cotton.
Wow.
I'd
Could you
guess.
imagine not having to feed your helper?
That's amazing to me.
Cuts back on all the hot dogs,
It
all
does.
the hamburgers, cuts back on
That's true.
dog food, wet food. I don't
And
have to feed my
dog
cape.
food.
My cape is my
Yeah,
loyal
there you go.
friend.
Doesn't ask anything of me.
No,
You don't take it out or nothing.
no, flies me around.
Yep.
It's not trying to sell me CDs, right?
With my last $10. With my last $10 telling me that this is going
It's
to
like you don't need groceries. You need to fast.
This will bless you.
And listen to this while you're fasting.
Right, exactly.
Right.
You don't need groceries for the next week.
That's
But I
hysterical.
will say, no, we got onto this because we were talking about the guillotine was created during the French Revolution.
Oh, yeah, that's not good. I don't want anything to do with
It's
that.
been 1789.
Oh.
That's when it started.
The
So
guillotine,
this would have been
that's,
hey, this would have been 40 years before our girl, Louisa May Alcott, was born. 40 to 50 years. So it's not that.
She escaped
she
it.
escaped it.
She probably had grandparents that were
Guillotined.
alive during.
That's where you put your head and they chop it off.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when I stopped watching Handmaid's Tale.
Yeah,
There's a guillotine in Handmaid's Tale?
Yeah.
You sure?
Uh-huh.
I can't remember.
They were chopping heads off. Yes, I remember.
Can
That's
you
why I was like, this is
imagine?
too much for me.
What if you get a dull blade? What if they've chopped so many heads that you get the dull blade? And it's
That
like,
would be my luck.
I'm not
That's
dead.
stuff that happens to me.
my head's halfway off. I can still feel this, bro.
Right.
Take it all the way off quickly.
No,
It's in this thing.
No.
no,
Right.
it's not possible. The guillotine was a well-oiled killing machine. You're talking about a heavy blade. That motherfucker could be
They had a
dull.
dude that walked
It
up
don't
there
matter
in
if it's dull.
WD-40
Yeah, it don't
before
matter
they
if it's
dropped
dull.
it.
It don't even matter if it's dull. That shit probably weighs 100 pounds.
I would take that before hanging. I don't want to be
easily.
hung because
Easily.
they would have to rehang you. Like
Easily.
you're like, oh,
Ew.
dislocated your neck and you're just
Easily.
squirming.
Easily.
No.
Cut my head off.
Guillotine me. I stole some bread.
Guillotine me.
I'm a monarch. Guillotine me.
We don't have
I'm
machine
filthy
guns.
rich. I'm filthy rich. Guillotine me.
Yes.
French Revolution was wild, y'all. Like, for real. They literally overthrew the monarchy and the feudal system and just started cutting heads off by the hundreds.
That's awful.
It is wild. In the
And
streets.
they had an audience.
Oh, yeah. In the streets.
They're like, hey,
Totally.
all, tonight, here's a flyer. Tonight at 7.
Yep.
We're going to be cutting people's
We're
heads
cutting
off.
heads off tonight at 7.
Bring your drink, BYOB, right?
I would like another
Grab a baguette.
Yeah. Get this woman a
a
drink.
baguette.
And I'll have a bourbon.
Isn't that
too.
like a-
do we need to pause for alcohol?
No, we can. You
I
and I
don't
can
pause.
keep talking.
Look, we got to. At some point, though, we're going to have to decide on what the time limit is on this podcast.
Oh, we can stop the podcast now and have another
We're
beverage.
an hour and 27 minutes.
Are
in.
we really?
This is what happens.
I figured we were. I would say an hour and yeah, I was going to say an
Oh, I
hour. I
didn't
thought it
think
was
it'd
2 hours already. But no, seriously, I want to talk about this for a second. Okay.
Okay.
Do you want to talk while you refill, and then I can get you a what do they call it? A bourbon.
Yes, may I have a bourbon neat?
Same bourbon.
May I have a bourbon neat? Yes.
Same bourbon.
Yes. Any bourbon you're having. Listen, the French Revolution. I want to talk about this.
Okay. I need to
Okay.
learn. I don't know
No, I
anything
want to
about
talk
it.
about this. This is pretty intense shit. Okay. We're talking about guillotining people, right?
Right.
This
I'm
is
gonna-
not normal. We were joking earlier about offending people over identifying as something. We're fucking guillotining people in the streets.
You weren't even talking about your identity.
Right.
You're just like, I just don't want to get chopped off.
Right. I just don't want to
Right.
get my head chopped off.
Yeah.
Why were they guillotining people?
They don't like you.
Yeah, they didn't like it. Well, it was a quick way to kill people. And at that time, from what I understand and from what I've studied, at that time, we were overthrowing the feudalism and the monarch government. So basically what you had was a class system. And the monarchs, like King Louis, for instance, aristocrats, for instance, these people were filthy rich. Well, they were living a lifestyle that was completely, unfathomable for the average person. To the point where King Louis was almost betwixt, like had no concept of where he was or no concept of what his people were going through, and had no idea that they were struggling just to eat bread, had no idea they were struggling just to make money.
Oh wow.
Oh, the inflation was outrageous. Like, it was this huge, like, the country was going into poverty, and all the monarchs and feudalists were just spending money, like outrageous amounts of money, like doing all this crazy stuff. There's a huge disconnect.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Well, that's what you have in a feudalist system, right?
Yeah.
So it creates a class, and there's no more democracy. So we don't even know what these guys are doing. They just filthy rich. So here's what happened. All right, this is supposed to be the cause of it. I don't know if you're ready for all this,
Probably not.
but this kind of started. Okay, it was a watershed event began in 1789, ended in 1790. So it was really quick, right?
Right.
This was the ascent of Napoleon Bonaparte. We know Napoleon. They say he's short, but I don't really know. During this period, French citizens radically altered their political landscape, uprooting centuries-old institutions such as the monarchy and the feudal system. The upheaval was caused by disgust with the French aristocracy and the economic policies of King Louis.
Okay.
This would have been King Louis the, 16th, who met his death by guillotine.
What?
They took King Louis and guillotined his ass and his wife,
Who?
Marie Antoinette.
Oh, I've heard
She's
that
got
name.
a beautiful name. Oh, yeah. Marie Antoinette. That's her.
Yeah.
That's French Revolution. King Louis and Marie Antoinette.
Who guillotined them, and who okayed that, and who made the decision to have that happen?
It degenerated into a bloodbath during the Reign of Terror is what it's called.
Ooh.
Oh, this is legit. This is one of the coolest stories in history. During the Reign of Terror, the French Revolution helped to shape modern democracies by showing the power inherited by the will of the people. It was the people. The people were taking all these feudalists and monarchs and all these rich bougie people out of that class and just guillotining them right in the streets.
I'd like to guillotine some people.
Well, I'm sure there's some politicians I'd guillotine.
I could name some, but I don't want to start that war.
No, you don't want to start that
But
war.
you probably
if you
could
want to
guess.
if you want to open up that can of worms, you can.
I mean, I just no, because I have to. Listen. We'll talk about it later.
Mm-hmm. All right, here we go. It's very similar to the American Revolution. Basically, Louis would just spend a lot of money.
And so it pissed off the people, so they were like off with his head.
Mm-hmm. So the royal coffers were depleted. There were several years of poor harvest, drought, cattle disease.
Ugh.
We think the pandemic was bad. Like
Right,
we are
right.
literally bitching about wearing a mask.
That's what I'm saying. Well,
Like,
but I'm just saying, like, people are like, this is all. It's been happening for years. This is just
yes,
another.
It's just another thing.
Just another
All right.
one. Yeah.
Hold on, here we go. Cattle disease and skyrocketing bread prices.
Just
Told
like
you it was
toilet
bread.
paper presses.
And kindled unrest among the peasants and the urban poor.
Ooh.
Many experienced their desperation and resentment towards the regime that imposed heavy taxes, yet failed to provide any relief.
So it would be like us guillotining the current presidential situation.
Yeah, but probably be more like local now.
Okay,
Because the
okay.
population is so vast now.
Okay.
So probably more like our governor. Probably more like taking Jim Justice out and
Can we take it? No, I'm
giving
not
him
gonna
the
say
business,
it. Angie.
giving him the business, or
Yeah.
taking like one of our senators out and giving him the
Yeah.
business.
Off
But
with his
again,
head.
we don't struggle here as much as we think we do.
Oh heck no!
I mean, I think
I agree with that
on a
100%.
national level, it wouldn't be frugal for any of us to overthrow the government. It would be frugal for us to vote these people out.
Love that.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Like it would be more frugal for the American people to come together as a society and say, hey, these are the things we all like and we're going to make them happen.
Yeah.
Because we're going to vote accordingly.
Yeah.
But now there's so much money and convolution and
It's
corruption.
ridiculous.
And you can't even get elected as an official unless you got support from
Absolutely.
millionaires
Yep.
and billionaires.
Yep.
So
You have to. Yep.
it's very similar.
No.
But
So
we're a very young government. We're a very young democracy,
Yeah.
right? I mean, we were only established. I mean, hell, we had the Civil War in 1863.
yeah.
We reestablished our government after the Civil War.
Yeah.
So we're not that old.
No.
I mean,
100 and
yeah. And if you go back to 1776, we're really not that old, even if
yeah.
you go all the way back
That's
then.
true. That's a very good point.
I mean,
So when they guillotined him, did they say like off with their head? Because I need to know that, or is that a
that's
movie
good
thing?
question. That is a good question.
And was there a head on a silver platter?
I know they did it in a basket, but I would assume they paraded this head around.
That's so. That's so
There's got to be a book you
barbaric.
can read. There's got to be a book you can read. Right now I'm
They're
reading.
That's so barbaric.
Oh, it's insane. I mean, but you got to understand, like, what is it? What is a great quote from Men in Black, the first one? You remember Men in Black?
I
Will
know that.
Smith
I remember
and
the movie, but
Men
I
in-
don't
Men
think I
in-
quoted.
Will
Yeah.
Smith and
What's that guy's name? Oh, it's gonna drive me crazy.
That's great. Everybody listening right now is going to be like, we know this guy.
I know, but
Jones. What's his name? Jones?
no.
Hmm.
Go ahead, tell your story. I'll look it up.
Well, he's sitting there talking to Will Smith, and he's like, a person is smart, but people are stupid.
That's true.
And the mob mentality, like, Ange,
Yeah.
we three are not going to guillotine somebody.
No.
But if the whole neighborhood's telling us to guillotine somebody, guess what we're doing?
We're probably
We're
guillotining
guillotining them, right?
Yeah.
If there's 500 people out here chanting, drop the guillotine, Jeff. Drop the guillotine, Seth.
Yep.
Cha-ching.
Yeah.
Seth, you're right. I apologize. It was Tommy Lee Jones.
Tommy Lee Jones.
Sorry.
He's awesome.
Tommy Lee Jones.
We were talking
had a
about Men in
quote
Black.
In Men in Black. He had a quote in Men in Black. It says, and it's one of the most brilliant quotes, and I still remember to this day, people are smart, or a person is smart, but people are stupid.
I agree. Yeah, that's true. It's when you get a group, right?
Yep. Not one person.
That's why you can see on social media all the time somebody getting their head stomped
It's the
in.
snowball effect.
And there's tons of people.
And no
tons
accountability.
of and
No
nobody
accountability.
will step up and go, whoa, 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 you're going to kill the guy.
Right.
Stop.
No accountability.
Right?
No, I
It's
think I would
crazy.
actually. I think I'd be that person.
You would
Oh,
hope.
I think we would. I think we would.
I think I would be that
we would.
person.
I think any of us.
Pause. This, sir, is a Weller Reserve.
Weller.
Commercial break.
Weller. So now I've had a Mick Ultra. I've had
That apricot
Conceited
girl.
Genius, which she's great.
Yeah.
She is a superhuman.
She's tasty,
She's
right?
great.
That was a good story.
Yes, that was a great story.
She's
I liked
like
it.
it. And you know what? I was getting into my conspiracy mind earlier with this whole apricot girl. Or
Alcott.
Alcott.
It's an L.
Yeah, I'm just gonna start calling you Run Skittle. Like, that's how disrespectful.
That's
that
pretty
is.
awesome. Now.
She's probably more of a badass than you are, and you're disrespecting.
Let's
this woman.
stop that right now. Listen.
She could probably kick your ass from looking at these pictures. Promise.
Or she could put a spell on
And she
you.
probably would make love to your wife better than you.
Oh.
Stop that.
Ah.
I'd watch.
Oh shit.
Anyway, my conspiracy here is, do you think that people like this in history could have been created?
What do you mean?
Like that
It's
that
like
Alcott's
somebody
not
wrote
real?
history, wrote
Oh,
characters.
you mean
to
like this is a
fit us.
character in history,
They could have,
like William Shakespeare,
like
Shakespeare.
Whoever wrote the history, right? Yes, like you just write it, and it's factual.
It's a
and
mythical
fiction.
creature. It's a mythical creature.
But it's real to us because that's what the Illuminati wants.
The books are written, but we don't know who wrote them.
Yes,
Is that what you're saying?
I'm not saying that. I'm just trying to be fun.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. That's what you're saying, though. Basically, it's like
Basically, yeah.
could be a fictional character,
Right.
like a pseudonym.
She's almost too perfect.
She is almost too perfect.
Except for
Right.
she never got married, so that sucks.
Well, but that
No,
could
but
be
I think she
perfect
wanted.
to a
I think
lot of
she.
people.
I think honestly, if she would have married a woman, she would have lived longer. Sounds
she
like.
might have.
Sounds like.
It sounds like that's what she wanted. Yeah.
Yep.
She had a man soul. It sounded like she was having trouble coming out.
Yep.
Well, you couldn't come out in the 1800s. You can be like, hey, I want
Well,
to
you didn't even know what
chick.
coming out was,
No, you
right? I
didn't.
mean,
No, you
I'm
didn't.
assuming
No
you
idea.
just didn't feel anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
You just enjoyed a woman's presence more than you
Yeah.
enjoyed a man's.
Yeah.
You didn't understand that.
If you talk about it, they're going to guillotine you.
Oh, exactly. Well, that was yeah. And
Okay,
she
well,
was
then
a
they
man,
just
too.
shoot you in a firing squad because they had bullets then.
I don't know about that, but
I don't know what they would do if you came out as a lesbian in America in 18.
You'd be a witch
what
and
the
they would
first-
drown you.
Wonder who the first person that came out, so to speak, was.
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah.
Well, I'll
Should
tell
we
you
look at
this.
that?
It's not going to be the first person. The first person they tell us is not going to be the real first person.
That's true.
That's
It's
trure.
going to be like
There's
the
so much loss in
4,000.
Yeah, because
translation.
how do you know? I mean, like
don't know.
somebody could easily say, "Well, I did it before that," but nobody knew.
This is what I like about history. Are you ready?
Mhm.
50 years from now, when you're reading a history book, no, let's say 100 years from now. Say we still have history books and we
We'll
haven't
all
killed
be
each other.
different.
Right.
Yeah, and still we haven't killed each other. But 100 years from now, you think a professor's going to stand up and talk about Britney Spears?
No.
Hell no.
No.
There are so many things in history that get lost.
Oh, that's true.
That get lost.
Oh, that people
and they
never know
they
about
never
that
know
were
about.
significant in its
Yep,
time.
they were so
Yes.
so
Not that
significant.
Britney
Spears,
really-
Justin Timberlake, they're so significant, right? For our era of people, that relationship was such a huge deal.
And you never hear about
You
it.
never hear
We've
about
missed
it.
so much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's so much that's not going to be written down in history.
Well, and there's also
crazy.
so much, and
It's crazy.
this is
It is
really a pun. Not a pun, but it's really a what is the word called?
Oxymoron.
Not oxymoron. Things get lost in translation too.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I know that's a movie.
For sure.
What is
Yeah.
the word I'm thinking of? Not a pun. That's such a
Lost in translation.
not a pun or no.
This is a fun game.
It's a
I'm enjoying this.
God. It's just gonna drive me crazy. What's the word I'm looking for?
See, now I'm going to get in trouble because I'm married to her. She's going to be like, you should know this. And I don't.
It's well, I'll think of it later. But no, but things get lost. Like
3 a.m. she'll wake me up and she goes, whatever the word
this.
is.
it's I feel like it starts with a C. I don't know. Anyway, but you know what I'm saying? It gets because somebody has to write the history.
Contradiction?
No, it has to. Somebody has to write these books, like write the history books.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's like
Well, just like
people
somebody has to write the science books and write the English books and write. Like
Well,
who did all this?
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the one thing you got to question. All science books, that kind of stuff usually.
How? Who started it?
Well, I mean, it's usually stuff that is constantly practiced so that you can see if there's a result or not. Right? I mean, chemistry and science.
Right.
and
That's
stuff.
true.
I mean,
Hypotheses.
but with just characters and people, it's like I would hope that if you wrote about me, if somebody knew me and wrote about me, lie a little bit, like make me
Right,
look
that's what-
better than I am. Like,
So are you saying that they're making Alcott look better than she is? Is that what you're trying
no,
to say?
she's definitely
She's a badass.
she's a badass.
Yeah.
I have
I'm saying
divulged
me.
that information.
If you're gonna write
Yeah.
for me, like if you guys have to like pull me down to the graveyard down there,
Yeah, I'm totally
it's
into
not
that.
far.
No, I want to totally put you in the grave.
Just write me a cool obituary, like that. I don't know.
What would you like?
Saved
Would you want like a rat?
pack of rabbits that were
Oh, like something you did that was cool.
something cool. Yeah,
Do you want to save a pack of rabbits? Because I can arrange it.
not really, but I wouldn't mind
Angie and I
murdering
can
them.
go steal rabbits and release them out back and let you chase them down.
and then video me running around going, "Hey,
I got another one.
I've got 4."
Is that on your bucket list?
Is that on? Yeah, is that on your
That's
bucket
on my
list?
bucket list, yeah,
Chase
for
down
sure.
some rabbits.
I'm really trying
That
to
might me not echoing in my head. That'd be
Okay,
cool.
hold on.
Go to the doctor.
1600, 1899.
1899. Let's party like it's 1899.
God, could you imagine what kind of party it would be?
Oh yeah,
somebody-
they
if a
probably
woman
clogged a
showed
little
us-
bit.
If a woman came in here and showed her knees, we would be fucked. I would be so horny.
I would
Could you
lose it.
imagine?
I would lose
I mean,
it.
we would lose it.
I would lose
There's
it.
no
That's
way you'd not be
hilarious.
single ever again.
Now, think about
Knees.
present day. Knees are
Knees.
like nothing. Like what? I mean, you know.
Shoot.
Don't tell me I love knees, bitch.
I'm a knee guy.
Hey, I'm a knee kind of guy.
I'm on knee.com.
He's on.
I'll be Googling kneading
He's on
all the
instead of,
time.
instead of Foot Finder. He's on Knee
saved.
Finder.
I'm on kneefinder.com.
Kneefinder.com, man. I'm like, wait a minute. Could you put some whipped cream on your knees?
He's like on
What's
his
up,
first
girl?
date. He's on his first date. He's like, please don't think this is weird. Can I see your knees? Just real
Yeah. Could
quick?"
you put a biscuit on your knee?
I got I got scars on both my knees.
If you want to get really crazy, I want to see the back of your
I
knee.
want to see the back of your knee. Can I roll a blunt on your knee?
Oh
Just
lordy.
like, can you like squeeze my in your back of your knee?
I need it.
I need it. Tons of puns during the act.
I wish I could think of that word. It's gonna drive me crazy. It's the word that you like. I don't know.
This is great. Knee man over here would be whispering in your ear. I wish your knee wasn't below your vagina so I could look at it while I
Your
did
knee
this.
was punching me in the groin.
Knee me, baby.
Listen,
Shoot.
laws against lesbian sexual activity were suggested but usually not created or enforced in early America until 1636.
Oh,
They must have got out of hand. They must have had a breakout.
How about this name? John Cotton. He's a bastard. You know he's a bastard.
Wow.
If your name's John Cotton, you're a jerk,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
There's no way you're not a jerk.
You're an ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He proposed a law for Massachusetts Bay making sex between two women or two men a capital offense.
What a freaking prude.
But the law was not enacted.
Oh,
Well,
good.
that's good.
But here's what it read. A natural filthiness to be punished with death.
Oh, guillotine style?
Whether sodomy, which is carnal fellowship of man with man or woman with woman, or buggery, which is carnal fellowship of man or woman with beast or fowls.
Ew.
That's a different thing.
So buggery is like animal sex.
Ew.
Yeah, that's
Have you ever
like
done that?
No.
banging.
He asked it like so
Have you done
seriously.
that?
It's on his bucket list.
No, is that on your bucket list too?
Oh,
Like
Lord.
to bang me a cheetah. Or a cougar.
Oh my gosh.
Really? You think so?
You already have a cougar over
I'm
here.
Oh,
just
God.
kidding. Listen,
You wouldn't have sex with a cougar?
no animals.
All right.
No animals.
Fair enough. I've seen
Ooh.
videos.
Fair enough. Ew,
It
gross.
was terrible.
Ooh.
It was terrible.
Why'd you watch a video?
Well, you know, it was around that time when AOL was brand new, right?
Oh,
like
yeah.
Dude, they did
internet
do a lot of
dial-up.
disgusting
Dial-up.
stuff.
Dial-up was
Horse
brand
stuff.
new, and so like all of our buddies.
That was
yeah,
a popular one.
Yeah, all of our buddies
Yeah.
came over. Like, you know, we're all teenagers, and you know how we are.
It's like, watch
Yeah,
this lady do
teenagers.
this
Yeah,
to this
watch this
horse.
shit. Yep,
Yeah,
yep.
yeah. Very, very,
I
very,
saw dudes
very bad stuff.
do things to all sorts of farm animals.
so
Saw
You
women do things. I mean, you can go to Mexico, I think, and like watch a donkey show.
I don't want to watch
You're
it.
kidding.
I swear, my friend said he went down there and did it. He was a trucker.
How disgusting is that?
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to watch anything like that.
No,
That's not a category I want.
I would totally watch it. I got to be honest with you.
Ew.
I'm not saying I would be
Not
into
as
it.
a turn-on thing.
No, I
Just
would
as
have
a,
to. I
this
would
is
have to.
funny, and
I would be.
I would be.
It's
I
like
would,
a car wreck.
Oh,
You
I would be
can't
look
away.
FaceTiming.
No.
I would be in the group chat. I would be. This would be
No.
the most amazing experience.
No, for me, I'd be like.
She's committed.
I
I'm
wouldn't
not
even
mad
be
at
like
her.
this.
I thought we
No.
talked earlier. We're not judging people here.
Oh, we've been judging people.
What are you talking about?
Yeah,
Have we
we're
been judging
judging. Yeah, we're judging
not
people.
So
judging you.
are you saying you wouldn't take a donkey dick?
No, that's exactly what I'm saying.
Phew, thank God.
I'm not gonna
Because I don't
watch
want to
it.
follow a donkey dick.
No,
I'm just
I don't know
saying.
what you would do with
I
that
don't- I
either.
don't-
You know, that'd be a little bit intense.
I don't.
I
No,
mean,
I
I
don't
don't
want to
follow a
watch
donkey
any
dick
of that.
for not only the uncleanliness.
Mm-mm.
Cliche. That's the word. It's
How do you
cliche.
get over that? How do you get over that?
Sorry, I had to.
How do you get
Cliche.
Cliche. What?
How do you get over that?
Get over what?
A donkey dick?
Like, how does a girl like mentally get over that?
Get over what?
She's got problems, man. She's
So
got
you think
problems.
she's okay with it? You think
What are
she
y'all
sleeps
ta-
good at night?
What are you all
She
talking?
sleeps great at night.
I don't know
The
what.
girl who decides to be the donkey dick taker.
Oh God.
Like, how do you sleep at night?
She's got a problem. She sleeps fine. She's got more problems than that donkey dick that she's got to worry about.
I dated a girl like that. Just go right to sleep after just fucking you over. You know what I mean? Just being a ruthless human.
No.
And you can just go
right
to sleep.
Go right to sleep. Oh yeah, it was terrible. Huge red flag.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, you
Well,
don't want to get to
listen.
that red flag. You want to
Okay.
catch some of the earlier red
Can I be
flags.
fair?
I'm of the mindset that you should squash all beef before you go to bed. There's
Oh,
a
we're
proverb
that way.
on it.
We've
There's a
stayed up
proverb.
all night
well,
fighting.
no, we were now. Listen.
Well, it depends.
There's a
Now
proverb
listen.
about that.
There is a proverb about, but does it include when you've been drinking alcohol? Because sometimes it's good to keep your mouth shut if you've been drinking.
Alcohol
Well,
is
it
Jesus
can
says
make
do
it-
not
'cause
drink
a
alcohol.
whole nother variable here.
Because if we haven't been drinking alcohol and we have a fight, then normally we do that.
We're
But if we've
reasonable.
been drinking and I'm just gonna listen, alcohol brings out
The worst in us.
yeah.
In
so
those situations.
there are times when I've just went to bed and ignored him
You know this.
because
First part
it's
of this.
probably better off that I do that
It always turns out better if you do that.
in the morning. We'll
That's
talk
what I
about
was
it.
telling
That's alcohol,
him.
though.
Right,
I
exactly.
mean,
That's
you could
what
wake
we're
up the
saying.
next morning and be like, I don't give a fuck anymore.
Right,
Yeah,
exactly.
you could literally be like, I don't care anymore. That's a stupid argument.
Right,
Why
right,
would
right,
you
right,
do that?
right. Exactly.
No, there's many times that it's been like,
Mm-hmm.
oh my God, I feel like an idiot. Like, right? Like, or you wake up. What's the worst is when you wake up and you go,
Why is she mad at me, or why is he mad
I
at me?
don't remember.
Oh,
like,
yes, that is
Like,
the worst.
No,
he's
I-
mad
I
at
was
me.
telling him got
I don't
in
even
trouble when I've
know.
done
You
that
don't
before.
even know. You just have an inkling and you're not in the bed. And then I
Yeah.
gotta go downstairs. And I'm like, what's her? Is she going to be in a good mood or bad mood? Because then I got to figure out what the fuck I did.
Yeah.
Right? It's like, what did I do?
Mm-hmm.
And I know that I had too much to drink last night. And I could have either been just asleep or
Right.
nice.
Mm-hmm.
Or I could have lashed out because
Right.
of something that's with me and had nothing to do with her. Right?
Right. Total emotional roller coaster.
That's not good.
No,
To
it's
drink
not.
too much to where it affects you. in
I
this
did
way
that.
is
I told you
bad.
about this the other day when I did that with one of my,
Yeah.
ex-friends. And it's just not right. It's disrespectful to people
Sure.
to act that way
Yeah.
when you're drunk. So I think it's a good thing to wait. But I will
Guillotine,
say
man.
this.
Guillotine.
Here you go. You ready?
I'm ready.
I love
the guillotine.
I love
the guillotine.
scripture.
Okay, this is a scripture. This is a proverb, actually. You ready? Wherefore, putting away lying.
Wait. What version of the Bible is this?
Oh, this is gangster. This is gangster shit. This is KJV.
Oh,
This is 1611.
dude,
Old
nobody
English.
is going to understand what
Old
you're
English.
saying.
I love Old English though.
Can't you just do like an NIV
No,
or an
man.
American
Nah,
Standard
cuz.
version?
No, the way this shit's written, man, just gets me going. I do love it. I do. I told you I love history. Like, I love this Old English. I swear.
Let him read
Nobody.
his version.
This is the only thing the Baptists
Wherefore,
carry. Wherefore? Wherefore? That's two words.
Jeff, let him read.
putting away lying. Put it away.
Put away, lying
Put
down
the lies away.
on the ground.
Put them away. Get rid of them. I like that. I don't want to say, well, take your little sins and put them in a basket and make it sound good. No, put that shit away. Put them lies away.
He'd be a great preacher.
He would be.
Speak every man truth with his neighbor.
I don't even know what that means. That's so encrypted.
That means
Don't lie to your neighbor.
Don't
Don't show him the bottom of your foot.
To Hajib, my man.
Hajib.
It's
Don't be
Saddam.
going
It's
over-
Saddam.
Don't be going over. No, it's not Saddam. We're not going to disrespect him, man. He's a Haji. He's
Well.
a probably respected man in his.
No, he is. I'm not.
Yeah, he's a Haji.
I don't want to.
He's
I don't want to hurt the
respectful
guy.
man.
He's been so good to me ever since I pulled his
Yeah,
trash cans in.
exactly.
Like
Told
I'm a
you.
hero now.
Just keep doing nice things.
Anyway, go
But
ahead with
anyway,
your
so,
proverb.
I mean, yeah.
His food's good too.
Oh man, they be chefing that shit up, but they take it personal. Like I said, everything's personal.
That makes me nervous to be around him. It's like
Oh yeah, you're gonna have to watch
it's
yourself.
like
You have to
not.
watch yourself.
It's like me being married to another woman. I
It really
worry
is.
all the
It
time.
really
Like,
is.
with her, I don't worry.
You should
like
probably
you
get a
could
little
see
book.
that. I
You
say
should
whatever.
probably get your little book.
I don't need
I'm
to.
very happy with my
She
situation.
said, "I don't need to."
he
She's,
needs to
I don't
get,
want
you
to.
know what? He needs to get him a damn book
he needs to
and
get
treat
a
me
book on
right.
him.
Treat me. I'm a woman, and he's going to treat me with respect. He's in America. Go ahead with your proverb.
Well, she ain't got
Oh,
Angie.
not me.
You're not allowed to talk
God,
right now,
that felt
actually.
so good to realize.
we want to get technical. You're not allowed to talk. You got to put your little one. You got to.
I just realized she wasn't talking about me.
Let me cover up.
Right.
No, I'm just kidding.
Right.
I'm being
No,
rude.
no,
Okay,
no,
I'm
no.
sorry.
You're good.
Okay, continue with your proverb.
Speak every man truth with his neighbor. And don't be lying, that motherfucker. For we are members one of another. We're all the same body. We're all the same people.
You should never have to translate it. You should just be able to read it and I know what you're talking about.
Be ye angry and sin not. You've heard that one?
Be ye angry,
So I'm
Be
supposed
angry.
to be pissed off
You can be
and
angry,
not
but
sin.
not
but don't
sin.
sin.
Oh.
Let not, this is the verse I was talking about. Let not the sun go
down on your anger.
On your wrath, upon
Yeah.
your anger.
We've heard it.
Go to bed before. Get that anger out of there. Before
Well,
you
we
go to
do
bed.
most of the time. We do if we haven't been drinking.
Yeah, the
And
drinking
one of us, we both know when one of us is
too far in.
too far in, and you know sometimes.
Neither give place to the devil.
Listen.
There you
It
go.
says next.
Ow! It's
Neither
hurt my
give place
ear.
to the devil. Do you think the guillotine was the devil?
Yeah.
Would you guillotine to somebody though?
Would I have guillotine? No, I don't have the
I'm gonna
heart
be honest
to do
with you.
that.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Oklahoma State is the devil.
I can't say it right now. I can't say it.
Can you please stop talking about my tattoos?
I have
State
the
University.
devil. I have the devil tattooed on mine.
Devil tattooed on
God.
mine.
No, I mean,
When it gets hard, it says the devil wears Prada.
or it just says the
No, it
dev.
doesn't.
It just says the dev.
right. When it gets hard, it's like the devil
We have no,
scribbled down.
Um,
That's terrible.
That's it.
No, but you know, like if I've drank too much and then I start crying and get all emotional, you know,
It
it's
happens.
like
Oh, yes.
it
happens.
happens, and then I'll start.
Alcohol crash.
Oh dear God, I'll take him down all sorts of memory lanes and like all sorts of like
Really?
my whole past of my life. But then sometimes, you know, usually when I drink too much, I get emotional like that. I don't get
Yeah,
mad.
you do.
And
You're
he
right.
gets mad and angry and starts lashing out at
It's like
weird
everything you like don't like. You know, dudes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like we should have counselors. We should get
stuff.
shit
Everybody
out.
should have a counselor.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Totally. I know
Everybody
that.
should
Dude,
have
but
a
what
counselor.
dudes do
I
is,
need a
is
handler.
we have issues. Nobody knows about them. We're never going to talk about them. We're never going to tell anybody what eats our
God
soul.
forbid you do.
God forbid you do. as a
God
man.
forbid you do.
You can't do that shit.
No, you can't. I've done it.
And then you drink too much and something that's been raking at you for days or weeks, or
years.
months
Fuck.
or years,
Yep.
you all of a sudden take it out on somebody.
Yeah, that makes
And it's
sense.
on anybody.
Absolutely,
It's the person in the room.
absolutely.
But the problem is you take it out on them and then you start getting personal. And, it gets like, and then you wake up the next day and you go, and I've done it. You wake up and you go, you are a terrible person.
Yeah, you're like, I feel all those type of ways, but my delivery was terrible.
Well, it should have never been towards you. It should have been
Right.
in a controlled
Should have been in a
environment
controlled
Yeah.
environment. Everybody
with
sober.
no alcohol involved,
No.
where I can reasonably say things. Because what happens is you're not angry at the person, right? You're not angry at them. You're even though they think you're angry because you're saying terrible
Yes,
things
and
to
the
them.
way your energy is.
Well, your energy's
They can
bad.
feel us.
You're now you're attacking
Yes,
them
they can feel the
It's
energy.
the
with things that
delivery,
don't
yeah.
even have to do with what you're struggling
Right.
with.
You're just mad.
Right?
You're
It's just like I'm going to tear you
boiling.
down because I'm tore down.
You know? It's,
And then-
it's with his overspray, basically. Like you're just boiling over.
Yeah.
It's like a squirter.
Yeah.
Oh
right.
boy. Here
Well,
we go. Yeah,
it's a little
okay.
overwhelming sometimes. Yes.
Yes.
The
It builds
squirting?
up. It builds up.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, like a squirter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, they get emotional.
Yeah. They do.
A lot of times
Squirters,
they squirt and cry.
they make a lot of noise.
A lot
I've
of times they
heard.
cry and squirt. I've had that.
Have you?
Oh yeah, I've had
A crier
few
and a
girls in
squirter?
the past
So
year.
she's
I've
squirting
had
out
two
of both
girls.
ends?
I've had two. I shouldn't say girls. I've had two classy women.
God, I love going from proverbs to squirting. The whole new thing for this podcast.
He that squirtest.
No, go on with the classy ladies. that
Yes,
squirt.
I've hung out with like it's been weird. Like in my 30s, like, and I've hooked up with a couple girls.
It's a good
you
decade.
have good, you have sex and it's pretty good, right?
Mm-hmm.
Man, they start crying.
Mm.
I've had that a couple times.
Yeah,
It's
I've
random.
done that before. I've cried before.
It's.
Yeah, but I wasn't even.
She
dating,
should have.
You know, just,
Yeah, she should
Oh,
have cried.
so you're just, it wasn't like a full on relationship.
Yeah, it wasn't even a relationship.
Oh,
Just
yeah,
kinda
that's
like
different.
something
No, there's been
going on.
emotional connections like where you feel different when you have. Yeah,
Yeah.
I will say I'm a very passionate lover, though. I think like I'm pretty sweet. You know?
that's good.
You know,
I'm glad to know
You
that.
I'm connected. I think, but
Well, you need to be.
I don't cry.
You don't. You may someday, if you meet the right one. Maybe.
Oh, I don't mind that. I'll cry if I meet the right one.
I think you should.
Hell yeah. I will.
You may not.
I may not. I don't care if I do or don't.
And that's okay.
That is okay. Thank you.
It is
As
okay.
long as you shoot your
Shot.
shot
Or your
Oh,
wad. I don't know.
Lottie.
or load or whatever you want to call it.
Coaching college basketball. And we sucked one day. We were on a trip. And we were down in Winston, Salem.
Oh, where are your
How about
girls
that?
from?
Wow,
How
that's
about
come up
that?
twice. That's a
How does it all come
Holy
full,
moly. Yeah, we
full
were down in
circle?
tournament. We were down in tournament. Winston-Salem. It's so funny. And I think it was called like some kind of something classic, right?
Mm-hmm.
Played this team. Coach comes out. It's like first quarter, he calls first time out.
Is this West Virginia State?
Yeah. It's got everybody huddled up. And he's like, "What'd you fucking shoot your wads last night?"
It's true. You don't want to do that.
Yeah. The motherfucker's probably in there.
Oh, that's funny.
You don't. It's a testosterone drop you don't need. Serotonin levels you don't need.
You gotta hold on to
but
that till
I'll
after the
say
game.
this.
You have to hold off on that.
I'll
It's a
say
real thing.
this.
I
I'll say
believe you.
Immediately it is, but it builds it up over time. They say the best thing for men and women to build testosterone naturally, one of the best things is to have sex regularly. It builds up your testosterone and it gets it
That's
going.
true. But no,
But if you're going to go into a
Gurgling, you're gurgling down
if you're
in
going
the
to
hotel
go
room
into an
Yeah.
MMA match and you're going to fight a guy, don't jerk off that day. Right?
Last thing I
Don't
wanna
bang
do-
hookers.
last thing I want to
Don't-
do is make sweet love to my woman and then go fight somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Like after I make sweet love, I'm ready for bed.
Right.
But I tell you what would give me motivation to beat this guy's ass and then make love to my woman.
There you go. That's a good.
I would
that's
sleep
good
like a
thing.
newborn babe, wrapped in swaddling clothes and laying in a manger.
That goes along with the theme tonight.
Yes, that does go
We
along
have
with our
done
theme.
so good circling around. I do
we
believe.
do. Yeah.
Well, you're with a history teacher. You know,
Yes.
we got to circle the wagon here.
You got to circle the wagon.
Well, I
You
will
have
say
to-
this also.
Here we go.
Let him that stole steal no more.
What do we let?
I don't think I've
But
ever.
rather let him labor, working with his hands, the thing which is good,
Jerking off?
that he may have to give to him that needeth.
Have you ever?
So again, it's the same philosophy as what we talked about earlier. We weren't giving. This verse right here clearly says, "Work with your hands, so that you might give to him that needs." Literally says that.
Yep. Have you ever?
And now here,
Sell him.
Jeff goes
Make
over.
CDs and sell them.
Right, make CDs, and that'll help you. Right? Come on.
Come on, man.
have you ever on purpose stolen something? I already know your
Yes.
answer. Okay.
Multiple times. I do it still.
Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't-
There are sometimes I go to Lowe's and I'm spending hundreds of dollars and I just need one screw,
Yeah.
like literally one screw to finish a job. Or like,
God, I have days like
Yeah,
that
a
where I just need
couple
one
screws.
screw. You know what I mean?
I go days without that. Sucks to be single. Anyway, I swear, like I will, but I've spent thousands of dollars in there. You know,
Hey, whatever you got to do, justify it.
they're not
You know what I
gonna-
mean?
they're not
Whatever you got to tell
gonna
yourself.
I could. I don't know. I'm
can't
weird.
justify it. I've done
I
it.
don't judge you for it.
I've never done it. When
Our
I'm
kids
sober.
used to go and
You know
and
my-
you know what our kids used to do? They used to go to like it wasn't Sheets, it was QT. And you know how they have like the yogurt and then the toppings? They go turn the topping thing and get a handful and eat it, and that to me is
the
stealing.
yogurt parfait.
Yeah, that to me is stealing.
Oh, it is stealing.
It is stealing. It bothers me.
See, here's the thing.
Talk to me.
I'll go in Walmart. I didn't do it on purpose. But I walk out of the car and I load the car, and then I realize the stuff under I didn't pay for.
Yeah, we're going back.
I put it in the car and I leave. She's
Oh, no,
gonna
we're
go
going
back.
back. We're
She's
going
gonna-
back.
I'm like, look,
me.
Walmart
Karma is a
plans
bitch.
for this.
We're going back. Walmart has planned for it, but my soul has not, and I believe in karma, and I will not prosper if I do that.
I like that. That's good.
I won't. I won't. I did that with Dr. Pepper once, and I took that bitch back.
You did.
I don't
And
know
I
about
paid
you.
for it.
I don't know about you.
What do you mean?
If you believe in karma, then you wouldn't treat your neighbor like a butthole.
That's true. You talk
now
about
you got me
showing him his
scared.
feet.
I'm just
You gotta-
saying,
You
I
got to
mean,
do
you
it
treat-
100.
talking
Wait,
shit
no,
on
no,
him.
no, 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 no. He treated me like a butthole.
Right.
That shouldn't affect
You
how
should
you
go.
act.
You should be humble. You should have some humility.
We're talking about stealing, not
If
being
he's
humble.
an asshole to you, you should fix him some Middle Eastern food and take it to him.
Yep. Or
Y'all, we're talking about stealing. We're not talking about being humble.
Let's go steal some shit.
let's go. Yeah, actually,
No,
can you video it?
no.
No.
Well, we'll go viral. Well, you steal it, and I'll come like body.
You-
slam
Y'all can
Hey.
go to
body
get.
slam you.
You
Listen.
had me at viral.
Hero saves Jeff. Hero saves thief.
Listen, y'all go do
Oh,
that,
stop
and I'm gonna
Steve.
go grow my relationship with my neighbor.
Oh, you should.
I am. I'm
We
put
should
my
get to know
socks
each
and
other.
shoes on.
You should be
Bro,
humble.
you're gonna need
No,
more
I'm
than
just
Please
kidding.
cover
socks.
up your feet.
You're gonna need more
well,
than
for more
socks.
than one reason.
Yes.
You're gonna need to
More than one
remove
reason.
your makeup.
Yes,
One, and
remove
you're
your
gonna need to
makeup.
put on
That's
a,
some
Yeah, put a
bullshit.
hijab
I'm not
on your
doing
head.
it. I'm not
Hijab
putting
on.
anything on my head. I'm not taking my makeup off. He's got to
Okay, see?
compromise. No, he's got to
You're
give a
the
little.
one being a jerk.
No, you don't
No.
understand. Middle Eastern men don't compromise.
There is no
I
compromise.
don't think
Women.
we can.
Yeah,
Okay,
there's
we
just no
can't.
compromise.
Okay, all right. We
This is
can't.
just who they are.
Listen, then we can't have a relationship. We're good where
That's
we
not
are.
fair.
Then we're good where we are. Then
That's not
I will say, it's been better and he's been nicer.
Yes.
Because you did something for him.
I still think they hold their child hostage, but that's just me.
Oh, that's normal. That's normal. My brother does.
Is your brother Middle Eastern?
No, but he's strict fundamentalist like they are.
Really?
Oh, Christian.
Yeah,
fundamentalist?
Christian fundamentalist. Same thing.
Sweet. We should have him.
Oh,
on the
yeah. My
podcast.
nephew believes that the only way that America was populated was because of the Mayflower. That's it.
Oh boy.
I don't even know what that means.
Well, the Mayflower was a ship that came over full of
I remember.
Puritans, full
Yeah.
of Puritans, but he thinks
That's
the
what they
only
told
reason-
us.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was already populated before that. There were already traders here and people.
Oh,
yeah.
there's the Native Americans. I was wanting to say it right. I didn't want to say
God,
Redskins.
man, they were awesome too.
They were really cool.
were
Yeah,
really awesome.
I have them in my blood.
You know, we really messed up Mount Rushmore. That was like one of their like holy mountains. Isn't that messed up?
And they did it just because of that.
That's what I heard. I don't know if that's true, but that's what I heard.
Savage.
Isn't that
Well,
crazy?
That's what
Yeah.
you do.
We
when you
called them savages
When
and
you
we were
when
the
you
savages.
conquer, you conquer.
That's such a terrible word, but it's so true.
Right. That's how they did it back then. It was savage. It's like we're not going to die.
Right.
We're going to kill you,
Right.
and we're going to take your women,
Right.
and we're going to destroy
Right.
your mountains.
Right. And honestly, if it wasn't for Teddy Roosevelt, probably
Teddy?
whatever president like gave them some land, which is pretty shitty land.
He's like, look, bro, we're going to give you a piece of shit land, and we're going to let you live there, and you can't come off it.
It's crazy. There are so many tribes that spoke so many different languages that are just gone.
That's so
Gone.
Gone, wiped out, man.
Within the last 200 or 300 years, and we did it.
That's crazy.
No, don't.
Well,
say
you know
that.
what I mean. Like our nation did it. Like our nation did it.
they
and,
did
like
it.
it's just wild.
It's history.
It is crazy.
It is crazy.
It is crazy. That's why I like history. I mean, like
I love history.
It's
crazy
interesting when you
stories.
talk about it like
Yeah,
this.
it's the
But when
craziest-
there's a professor up there like giving you a lecture, it's not great.
why teach about something and not learn about the person, right?
I
I
like
could
it.
teach you all you.
I literally love her.
I do
Like,
too. I'm really into. Louisa
I love
May
her,
Alcott.
and I'm going to need to circle around before I publish this because I'm going to need details about what we talked about.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You need
To
to say her
put in
name
the
right.
description,
Tonight when
Louisa May Alcott.
she
No,
comes to
we'll-
haunt us all tonight, she's gonna be pissed at you because you keep calling her.
Right. And I'm going to
Apricot.
send her over to your place.
Please don't.
later
I
when
not,
she-
tell her to leave me
Well, I'm
alone.
gonna make her fuck with Jeff.
Okay, cool.
Because he's the jerk.
Yeah.
She's hot. She'll mess with her. She'll be like,
that's
oh,
right.
this
That's
chick."
right.
And I'll just be laying
I
there
forgot.
like, yeah.
If I send her over and she sees Angie, you're in trouble.
Haunt her.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Have you seen like a scary movie where like the girls like getting humped on the ceiling? by
Great.
the ghost?
Actually,
This
they,
is awesome.
actually, they use that. That's something that's gone around on Instagram now and said, if my husband comes back to haunt me,
This is what.
this is what it'll be.
Oh,
And it
yeah,
shows
yeah,
her
yeah.
pinned
Yeah,
against the
yeah,
wall
yeah.
with nobody.
Yeah,
there.
that was awesome
Oh.
though. By the way.
Yeah.
That's great. Thank you.
Louisa's pretty amazing.
You know, the name could be sexier. I would call her L.
I don't know if she'd like that.
I call her L. I know, but
Really?
that's kind of our thing. She doesn't like what I say,
You don't
but
have
it
a
kind
thing
of
with her. You don't even
secretly
know.
turns her on down deep inside, and that's
Oh.
the only way she can have a man. And that's, you got to know these things about L.
Check this out. You ready?
Sure.
Thomas Jefferson in 1779 proposed this. Again, another law didn't get passed.
Wow, that's weird.
Whosoever shall be guilty of rape, polygamy, or sodomy with man or woman shall be punished. If a man, by castration.
Ooh.
So if you raped a girl, 1779,
Or if you did butt stuff, right?
guillotine the dick.
I'm in on that if it's rape.
And you know
Me
what?
too,
For
too.
me,
You know what? If we did that here,
There'd be less rape.
or cut off a hand
hey,
There'd be less
or a
rape.
finger.
Or less, yep.
for stealing,
there wouldn't be people doing it.
No.
And
You
for
wouldn't
me,
have
that's
hands, Seth.
No.
Neither would you, Jeff.
Bro,
no, I would,
and
I would
for
not
me-
steal anything.
Yeah.
and for me, it would take the guillotine to cut it off.
Oh, right, because you need
Oh,
something.
dear
You
God.
would.
Saying.
I was thinking maybe a metal grinder for me. Like you'd have to have like a cutting blade, you know.
How do they deal with this situation over in the Middle East right now?
Actually,
If
even
someone's
today,
or
actually
a
today,
lesbian,
this
what
is wild. Actually, we're literally talking
2023.
We're literally talking about 1779. It's 2023, and we do the same thing in the Middle East.
Yeah,
there
they
are
kill
multiple
'em.
countries.
You're
There
dead.
are multiple countries,
Wow.
not necessarily Middle East as well. I mean, Southeast Asia, Southwest Asia. I mean, that whole area. I mean, if you're a Muslim faith based, or if you're, even fundamentalist Christian based, they punish people.
Yeah.
I was paddled and hit.
Were you?
at my Christian school? Yeah. So they do that.
Mm-hmm.
So any fundamentalist type religion is going to do that, punish you. But I've
And
heard
your brother's
stories.
fundamentalist?
Oh yeah, I've heard stories about. We were overseas. I've heard stories about just girls wearing jeans and getting killed. Their parents or dad will find out, mom will find out that they wore jeans. Like, oh yeah, took their hijab off or something.
Oh,
yeah,
good
they'll kill 'em.
God.
Well, that's what.
And I don't have a problem with that because that's your country. I'm not colonizing you. If that's your lifestyle. And that's
No,
what
I'm
you
not
do,
going to go
you
there.
know
I'm
what I
not
mean?
going
That's
to
just not
support
my
it.
thing. It's not my
Right.
thing.
It's your
Yeah, I don't have-
culture.
yeah.
It's what it is.
I'm not trying to change it.
That's
I'm not
my
going to support it, right? I'm not
that's
going
my-
to give you millions of dollars to
Right.
keep doing that shit.
Yeah.
That's
But-
my point with our neighbor. Like I'm cool with your thing, but you got to be cool with me too. Like there goes two ways there, sir.
Right.
You live in here.
And he may
I'm
be.
not going to disrespect inadvertently. Like I didn't mean to. Like I'm laying out my driveway and I'm on my belly.
I think this dude definitely understands that, but he
Okay.
has to look at you every day and your daughters.
Yes. And he probably is
Yeah, and
disgusted.
to
by
him,
it.
you guys are sluts.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh, he's disgusted by me.
yeah,
I would.
but maybe even his wife is too. Like he's married, right?
Yeah.
Like maybe his
She's
wife
very
is too.
sweet though.
She could
She's
be
a
disgusted
sweetheart.
too,
She's very sweet though.
but she could be
She's
disgusted.
American,
She could be disgusted, but listen,
which is weird.
Too. It's weird.
is she?
Maybe.
I don't think she is. I think you're wrong.
I've heard that before.
I used to teach a fitness class when COVID hit and I had to get out of the gym. I brought my classes here and we did them out in my driveway and in the cul-de-sac. And we're all in our sports bras and our tight pants. He was watching from his garage window.
Yep, going to hell. All of you, even him.
Oh no, he liked it. Oh, he liked it. He was
All of you
watching.
going to hell.
Well, he can like it.
No, he can, but he's going to hell for it.
He was watching.
Yeah.
We
he
were
thinks.
all out there. Were we not and it was hot, so we were all in our short oh yeah.
Keep talking.
Call me next time.
Keep talking.
I don't
keep
do
talking.
it.
Keep talking.
I don't teach those classes
Those are
anymore.
great. Those
I'm
are
totally
great
into
classes.
that. Yeah, I'm totally into that. I'll just come over and fake grilled burgers.
We could. We'd be out there like
Yeah,
this.
it's like, oh, what are you flipping back? It's just a stick. Kind of.
No, but that's so interesting.
Stroke
Because
me, stroke me,
he-
stroke.
He would know. I would
song.
see him.
It's a great song.
Listen, I would see him in his garage looking out his window.
You think he was touching him though?
I don't know.
All right. Let's
Listen,
let's
that's the.
I,
most
you know,
he's seen in a
and
long
when
time.
I saw that, I was like,
Yeah.
"Girls, RDLs right now. Let's go."
not- Nice.
No,
Check
I-
this out.
Those glutes.
If it's a woman, check this out. If it's a woman guilty of rape, polygamy, or sodomy, this is what they're going to do. They're going to cut through the cartilage of her nose, a hole of 1/2 inch diameter in the least.
Why the nose? What's that have to do with the genitalia?
Because everybody will know. Everybody will know
They're
you
gonna
fucking
destroy her
yeah,
face.
Yeah, they're going to
too.
destroy your face.
Your
yeah.
looks and shame.
Damn,
Shame.
that's fucked up.
Yeah.
Gosh,
All right.
so
It's
glad
pretty
I went when
motivating, though. I
Well,
mean,
again,
it's
this goes back to
pretty
why
motivating.
This is
Yeah.
why our girl LMA would not come out.
I don't.
Like,
I don't
why
like
would
Right.
you come
we
out?
kept her at bay.
Right.
Not
why would
we.
you come out in the 1830s?
They kept
her at
Why
bay.
would you come out in the 1830s if everybody's going to hate you?
That makes sense. Because
No,
you
I
want to
wouldn't
be
either.
part of a tribe. And
Exactly.
you can't be if you got a hole in your face.
Exactly. You got a huge
You
hole
whore.
in your nose because you're a whore.
I didn't mean that.
Jeez.
She's not.
You
a
had
whore.
sodomy.
She's
Yeah,
a,
please
she's
be nice.
she's revolutionary,
Please be
and I
nice.
love
Well, I
her.
think this one's more
Thank you.
specific to rape, polygamy, or sodomy.
Okay.
Rape, polygamy, and sodomy.
Yeah,
well, those
that's- he didn't say
two
if
of the
you're-
three.
Thomas Jefferson's not saying if you're a lesbian or if you're gay or a gay male,
No, he's saying if
He's
you
saying if
rape
you rape
somebody,
somebody,
which is bad.
or if you have multiple
Yeah.
wives or husbands.
That's bad. Actually,
I
you
don't
know
think
what?
that's
If you
that
want to
bad.
do
I don't-
that,
yeah, I don't
do
think
it.
that's that
Why does
bad.
anybody care?
I don't care. I
Right.
honestly don't.
I don't care
It's
how many
just when
people
they're
you have.
underage, like the Mormons did back in the day, right? When they're like recruiting them and they're raising them,
Well,
they're
my
grooming
grandmother-
them.
My grandma knew my grandfather when she was like 14. Like, he groomed her.
Wow.
I didn't even know him. He died before I even came around. He was so old.
Really?
Yeah.
You go, boy.
It's farmers, living out on the farm. No cell phone service.
That's right.
The cell phone.
What are you going to do? A 21-year-old handsome man who has a job.
I mean, I'm with him. Where's he at?
Right?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
you're 14 years old.
you don't know. Your brain doesn't work yet.
No, it was 1910, 1915.
You're confused,
Yeah, you know
and you're
what's going
supposed to say yes,
on. Yeah, hell yeah.
right?
Yeah. But hell, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for them two motherfuckers.
That's true.
So
Yeah.
It's a good point.
can't be mad about it.
True.
And she was happy. She was a badass. She lived to be 90-something too.
Oh, wow.
That's my mom's mom. Yeah, she was amazing.
Good blood.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
My grandparents were 15 years apart. My grandpa lied to my grandma about his age because he always looked so young.
Really?
And she was 18. He was like 33 or something like that.
Really?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, that's about right.
Sounds right.
She was 17, I think. With him.
Yeah, but you would never know because he was so young. And then he told her
He looked
after they
young
got married. And
all the way up till
Check this out. You guys ready?
yeah,
no.
In 1649.
gosh, we're going way back.
Oh, this is way back. This is Plymouth. 1649 is Plymouth.
I don't think anybody even had a pen back then.
This is Plymouth.
It was
This would be Plymouth Rock.
Is this word of mouth shit?
Sarah Whitman Norman and Mary Vincent Hammond. These two sexy women
What'd they do to each other?
prosecuted for lewd behavior with each other upon a bed.
Gosh.
Their trial documents are the only known record of sex between female English colonists in North America during the 17th century.
What?
Hammond was only admonished, perhaps because she was younger than 16.
wow.
But in 1650, Norman was convicted and required to acknowledge publicly her unchaste behavior with Hammond, as well as warned against future offenses. This may be the only conviction for lesbians in American history.
What?
Bam.
Bro, if they could
Bam.
see, if they could come back,
1649.
if they could come back and see Pornhub today,
Oh,
Oh, gosh.
I'd be like, you girls are the most popular.
you're
category."
like the most popular.
Well,
thing.
not right now, I don't think.
Sarah and
I mean,
Mary.
I think there's other stuff.
Sarah
but-
White Norman and Mary Vincent Hammond.
I mean, they're pioneers.
Well, Hammond was only 15 though.
That's a little young.
But at that time, 15's, you're probably old enough to.
You're supposed to be having
you're
kids,
They were having
right?
kids.
Yeah,
You're
you're having
supposed to be
kids,
married
you're
and having
working.
kids.
Yeah, you're
right.
doing shit.
It's not 15 years old
No, this
today.
is 1650.
No, that's
Yeah,
1650.
this is
Yeah.
1650.
Yeah,
right.
standards were high back then for a 15-year-old.
That's
Right.
almost- that's almost
They're like,
40
look, you're not
years.
going to school anymore.
Yeah.
It's like, what are you going to do?
Right.
Get your shit together, right?
Get your shit together and make love to somebody. But
Right.
she made love to a woman. Lewd behavior on a bed.
Wow,
They
savages.
loved it too.
Oh, they
That's the
loved it.
thing.
They were just
loved it.
mad. They were mad. They weren't involved.
They're like, we don't know what to do with this.
what? What do we do with these hot women?
They might not have been. That might have been the problem.
Okay, in the 19th century, which would be 1800s, lesbians were only accepted if they hid their sexual orientation. So our girl probably hid it. Yep. Louisa
So
May
you just
Alcott.
hide it and do it.
Yeah,
somewhere.
Louisa May Alcott probably hid it. She probably had
Yep.
lovers, I would assume.
Yep. Before tonight, did you even know who that was?
Oh, yeah, I knew who Louisa May Alcott was. I knew she
Oh.
wrote Little Women.
Oh, okay.
But I didn't know all
I had
these
no
details.
clue who she
I did
was.
I had
not
no
know
clue
any
she
of
was.
these details. These are great details. But it's also led us into a whole nother avenue of, American history.
That is true. That is true.
How lesbians have kind of evolved in
Evolved in
society.
through the years.
Mm-hmm. The term Boston marriage was used to describe a committed relationship between two unmarried women who were usually financially independent and often shared a house. So again, back then, a single woman would have the world by the balls because you didn't have to give your shit away to a man.
That's true.
So back then, once you married somebody, he owned everything.
Oof.
So if you had two rich single women who liked women, they're probably living the lap of luxury.
Right.
That's right.
No
Not-
kids to worry about too. Fuck them kids.
It's good.
Listen.
Yep. Oh, here you go. Fun fact. These relationships were assumed to be asexual.
Oh.
Wait, asexual is no sex.
Presumed.
Oh, people think that, but they behind the closed doors, they going crazy.
You know they are.
They're going crazy. They like have a
Girl.
carpenter, and they're like, no,
Girl.
we need you to make this wedge for our
Girl.
door to stay open.
Girl, you're going to squirt all night up in here. Hence, the women were respected as spinsters. Full circle, ladies and gentlemen. Now you know what
That
spinsters
is
were.
Wild.
Now you know what spinsters were. Asexual women in relationships in 1650. Well, 19th century.
that
Sorry.
a song?
1800s.
Is there a song about spinsters?
Notable women in Boston marriages included Sarah Jewett, Annie Adams Fields, as well as Jane Addams. and Mary Rosette Smith. I've heard of Jane Addams before.
Jane was a freak.
All of them were socialists and activists and reformers, right?
Yeah.
This would have been your, movement.
Feminists.
Feminist movement,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good for them.
Yeah, absolutely.
It couldn't have been me. I don't know. I couldn't have lived back then.
Well, you like dudes too, so.
Well, I mean.
Charlotte Cushman is a famous actress. She moved from the United States to Rome because she was a lesbian.
Oh. Wow.
Mm-hmm. And then sculptors Emma Stubbins and Harriet Hosmer.
Right.
Around 1890, they moved. Former acting First Lady Rose Cleveland.
Oh.
Grover Cleveland.
Grover
right?
Cleveland.
Grover
Yeah.
Cleveland's wife.
Names are cute.
Started a lesbian relationship with Evangeline Mars Simpson. What? Not Marge. Marrs. Sounds just like Marge.
Mars Simpson.
Mars Simpson.
Oh, and you know Grover set that up. Grover was like, you guys come over to the
Grover's
White
totally
House,
into that shit.
get in here. Like,
Listen.
they're
Grover's a
high
dog.
society, so they
Grover's
got
a
away
dog.
with it.
Grover's a dog.
Grover's a dog. He's like,
older.
girls get to it.
Yeah, girls get to it. I'm okay over here.
Yep.
Call me Mr. Cleveland.
He's like,
Yeah, on the big old fucking
old camera.
film. Yeah, we got the film
knocking
Rolodex
it out.
where they're glitching like a horror film with sex.
That's right.
Like a sexual horror film.
That's right.
Yeah, it's fucking weird, but I like it.
It is weird.
But I like it.
I love it.
Okay, good.
I want some more
I'm
of
glad
it.
we're on the same page. Hold on. Oh my gosh. I'm going to read this sentence. Former acting First Lady Rose Cleveland started a lesbian relationship with Evangeline Mars Simpson with explicitly erotic correspondence.
Yes, I would have read it.
Oh, they're
This
sexting.
cooled when Evangeline married Henry Benjamin Whipple.
Gotta love
What a
that.
name.
Man, he whipped it.
So, whipped it real good.
Whipple McDipple here. Benjamin Whipple.
Oh, my
Benjamin
What a
goodness.
great name.
Whipple.
Henry Benjamin Whipple.
Oh, wow.
God, what a saint. I bet he was the man.
It's not no Henry David, but.
There's not very many men that could marry a lesbian woman and lock her down, especially when she's fucking the first lady.
Gosh, when you put it that way.
Yeah, I mean, he totally took Mars Simpson from our girl Charlotte, or from our girl Harriet, or Rose Cleveland. He took her from Rose Cleveland.
There's more to this story, and I'd love to.
Oh,
know.
there is.
This is
But
the
after
stuff
his
we
death,
miss.
oh,
Yes.
check this out. You're right. There is more. Check this out. But after his death in 1901, the two rekindled their relationship.
Of course they did.
And
He's
moved to Italy together.
They said he gone.
Yep. Moved to Italy together.
She left Grover.
She left Grover. Grover was probably dead, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, Grover died.
Yeah, he died early, right?
How young was she? Like, did you get a young
let's
girl?
see. Let's see here. Around 1890. So 1890. Let's see. She was born in 1846, so she would have been how old? 44. She'd been 44.
She's just a pup.
Yeah, she would have been 44 when
Yeah.
she started fucking old
Thanks
girl.
for that.
She probably fucking before that.
Probably.
She was gay before that. She had
Yeah.
girlfriends before that.
Oh yeah, college sorority
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, she had shit going on
Oh,
before
there were
that.
sororities back then for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there was
sure.
absolutely
Oh,
something
yeah,
going on.
absolutely.
Yeah, she ain't just laying around.
No.
Not never making love to a woman.
No.
Hold on. Let's see when Grover Cleveland died. He died in 1908.
What? That doesn't add
So
up.
I guess she was, like he said, I guess it was fucking while
Conspiracy.
he
Grover
was still alive.
down, man. Grover was like,
Grover didn't know. He had other things going on.
Rosie Elizabeth Libby Cleveland.
Wow.
That's her name. Wait a minute. Her brother is President Grover Cleveland. They weren't married.
Oh, well.
oh,
it's her brother.
Just her brother. Okay, we're straightening this out
my
now.
bad, guys.
I was gonna say,
Somebody listening to this who knows history is probably like, these guys are dumbasses.
First lady. Well, we've been drinking a lot of bourbon.
All right, the
First
president
lady-
the president was a bachelor until he married Frances Folsom in 1886. There you go. But I don't understand how she was first lady. Oh, she was first lady until he married.
Well, there you go.
I see.
That's not the behavior of first lady.
No, the first lady should not be running around. But look, she looks similar to Louisa May Alcott. Look at that.
I think it's
Just
just the-
RBF face.
I think
Just
it's-
fucking mad.
Let me
She's
see.
definitely doing
Oh,
chicks.
I have to sprinkle.
Because that looks like a man. He looks like looks like a dude that teaches something somewhere. Go back there.
You'll find it.
Go through that door, and there's a little crapper in there.
Oh, wow. Thank you.
Thanks for
Thanks,
pointing that
Seth.
out. Yeah, that's sweet. Sweet of you.
Seth says we need some stuff on the wall.
Didn't have to shut that door. I'm sure we'll get home safely, too.
Yeah, she's a looker. Like, are they going to look back on pictures of us, like,
For sure.
hundreds
No,
of years-
we're so advanced now.
hundreds of years from now?
They're going to
and
look at
they
pictures
didn't
and
have
be like,
filters.
these idiots
They
with
didn't
their
have
filters.
Well, they probably will.
What about that new filter? It's all over my Snapchat. It's driving me
What new
crazy.
filter?
I'm like, why is this on my Snapchat?
What is it?
It's called Bold Glamour.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's all these women like, who is this? How do I look like this?
I want to look like that.
I'm like, I don't like this. Like, not that I
wanna
don't
see-
like
I
it, but
wanna
I'm
do
like,
it.
why are
Oh
women?
my gosh, it was the first thing that came up on my Snapchat.
What I tell you, it's everywhere.
It literally is the first thing that came up.
It's listening to me.
I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna do it right now. Bold glamour. Let me see. Ew, I don't want to look like that. Ew. You should come see this. This is not anything I'm gonna look like.
I don't know what it is.
That's the bold glamour filter. I don't want to look like that.
Same person.
What?
You don't even look like the same person.
Ew. What? Do you want me to look like that? I don't want to look like that. Ooh. Did you find the sprinkle room okay?
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, you didn't sprinkle on the seat, did you?
I probably did on purpose.
Well,
I'm kidding.
Oh, I can't wait to sit in it.
Dang.
Seth.
Listen, it sounds like most of the
2 hours and 20 minutes.
abolitionists
We're
and
going to shut this
feminists.
down in the next 10 minutes.
Yeah, let's do 2:30. But I would say it appears that most of the activists back then were
Scissoring.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like, hey, we don't need no man, so we got to fight for our rights. Which makes sense if you like do the math. It's
I mean,
like,
you
look,
gotta
we're
fight
all
for your
alone
right to
here,
party.
girls.
You got to fight for your right to
We have
party.
no say in anything because men run everything, right? So
Well, until today, but yeah.
so we have to.
They ran it back then. They
we
just
have to
figured
do
it out.
something. And all along, all they had to realize, they could run the world.
Until who sings the song? Beyonce?
My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard.
No, girls.
Oh, my bad.
We run this mother.
Yes.
Was it Beyonce?
Yeah,
I've
that's
had a
Beyonce.
milkshake in my front yard for weeks, and I haven't had anybody come by. I swear.
You're hilarious.
You have to pour it out in the yard.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Come on, man.
I'm actually reading
Wait,
up on the guillotine right
your
now.
milkshake. You want boys in your yard?
That's a good point. Maybe I should put out
What?
pumpkin spice.
Pumpkin
There
spice lattes.
you go.
My pumpkin spice brings all the girls to the yard, and they're like, "It's better than yours." They're like, "It's better than yours." I got to, but I have to charge.
My pumpkin spice brings the girls in the yard.
And they're like, "It's better than yours."
It's not going to work.
No, it's not.
It's not going to work.
No,
We tried.
It's not going to work.
No.
No. The only thing that brings women around is, I don't know. Actually, I wish I knew. Maybe if I was a lesbian, I know.
Why don't you ask
would
Alcott?
probably know.
Yeah. I'm gonna raise Louisa
Yeah. Louisa,
May
tell
Alcott.
us.
Oh, Alcott can tell you. She knows.
At least he's saying her name right. Maybe she's not going to be as mad now that you've learned it.
I'm a little nervous, so I'm trying to be good.
Man, I tell you, they cut all these people's heads off. It's terrible. French Revolution.
It's pretty cool.
It is cool, but
I mean, not for them.
it is wild. It really is wild.
Some evil people.
Well,
Like I've always said, you can justify anything, though. Right? Oh, we had to cut their heads off.
yep. France's population had recently exploded in number and crop failures in much of the country. I think it's safe to say,
This was fun.
yeah, I think
This was
Louisa
fun.
May Alcott.
I think I learned a lot
Yeah,
tonight.
I think she did great. She's on our beer.
She's a sweetie.
You should save the can just for. You should post the can as the.
Listen, you have a good many little gifts and virtues,
Yes.
but there's no need of parading them. For conceit spoils the finest genius.
Ooh, I hate conceit. I hate conceited people.
So basically a conceited person
I hate conceited people
who is genius sucks
Is
because
nothing.
he's conceited.
because he's conceited. Because conceit is no.
That's your lesson from
There's
elementary.
there's no room for conceit.
Don't be cocky. Don't be arrogant. Don't be conceited.
Okay.
Drink your hoppy beer
Okay.
and be humble.
Yep.
I think that's what she's trying to
Humble
say.
thyself.
I think she's trying to say, hey, we're all talented,
Yep.
but some humility goes a long way.
Right. I I agree. I think that's a good interpretation.
The more talented you are, the more humility you should practice.
That's a valid point too, because it would be hard not to.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it is.
It's a working progress. It's a working progress. It really is.
It is. That's what I posted today on my story.
That's right.
It's a work in progress.
You did. It's a work in progress.
All right. Well, this has been
We're
fun.
done.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to shower my body.
I'm done here.
I'm going to go sprinkle.
I'm going to go smoke marijuana.
Okay.
There's that.
Is that okay?
That's perfectly fine with us.
We'll pray for you.
All my friends have sent me 2 more bourbon shot pictures.
Uh-oh.
Perhaps I should have a sip of bourbon before I leave.
You should. You can have a sip of
If you'll
bourbon.
be okay, I'm okay.
I love you guys.
We love you,
brother.
Seth. So good to have you
We'll
on
do this
here.
again.
Yeah,
This is fun.
It is fun. We need to do it more often.
It is fun. Very random.
Yes.
Good night.
Good night.